Boopy doop. There we go. Everything's live. Check, check. Everyone's here.
Check.
Check.
Sound it off. There
Indubitably.
you go. Okay. We are ready to begin our 8th session. Can you believe it? 8 sessions
Wow.
already. I know.
Wow.
You've actually somewhat lasted.
Just don't jinx it. Don't point
Yeah,
it
don't
out.
jinx it, or else I gotta go soon.
Yeah. So yeah, it's another week in Malifaux time, and we will begin this session. Quick introductions. We've got me as the GM. I'm the host, John. Woo! We've got Wheeler Yuta, played by Andrew. We've got Boulton Wilkinson, played by Bob.
Greetings.
Oh no.
And we've got Thaddeus Greywater, played by Ryan.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I was hoping everybody was gonna woo. Like, well, we were gonna get
I
a robot voice woo.
was thinking about it, and I couldn't think of a British woo.
Huzzah!
Cheerio. It's a little Cheerio.
Frosted Flakes. Anyway, so yes, we're going to begin the intro for session 8 called Dead Man's Party.
Ooh.
Who could ask for more?
Every chapter is a lyric from the song. That's the title. Because yes, I'm an
We're
idiot.
gonna ask for more.
Anyways.
Yes.
I'll begin reading the prologue. It's a crisp morning when Boulton reactivates and goes through his internal checklist, evaluating himself to ensure all joints and limbs are in working order before rising from his rested position. Despite his lumbering size, he quietly descends the stairs in the sick bitch, making sure to not disrupt his fellow units' rest period, as he has observed they value a continuous offline period more so than he does. It's so early that only a dim haze of sunlight breaks over the horizon. Gregory hasn't yet awoken to man the bar, but Bolt has no need for food or drink. Instead, the austere automaton leaves the resting depot and walks down the road for something he knows he'll need: spare parts. It's the end of the week, and that usually means engaging in some sort of madcap adventure, at which point it will be his duty to insert himself between enemy and allies, which almost always results in replacing something. Fortunately for Bolt, there's a refurbishing mechanic shop not far from where he rests. Unfortunately, it won't be open for hours, but with nothing better to do for the time being, Bolt chooses to silently wait outside the shop until it opens, standing as a totem of patience. Time passes as Bolt mentally builds spreadsheets comparing part availability versus average asking price versus his available funds. He's on his 17th iteration when a familiar sound approaches, the chugging of a small steam engine. Bosco pulls up, bringing his coal-burning caravan to a halt in the middle of the empty street, after spotting his familiar friend, and performs a jaunty jog over to him, all the while spouting meaningless interjections in hopes of grabbing Bolt's attention. Knowing his head can be a bit thick, or be as thick as his armor plating, Bosco gives a tap to the Bolt's cranium and announces himself. "Hello, Bolty boy, it's me, Bosco! Didn't recognize me, yeah? Got me a new haircut. Looks like a whole nother person, yeah? Fine and fresh I am. Evaluating his face, Bolt finds no new contours or additional features on Bosco's appearance. Bosco looks like what Bolt has always seen Bosco as, a problem. Just as Bolt was about to deny Bosco's claims of altering his identity, Bosco interjects. "Oi, I hope you and the others are free today. Got some work lined up for you. Simple job, no real work, no real danger, easy money. Course, when is that ever not the case, eh?" Bolt immediately recalls his list of offenses Bosco's visit upon himself and friends, collating each infraction by applicability to the situation. Settling on a top 5, Bolt begins to recite their history when Bosco cuts him off again. "Yeah, good times as always with us. Anywho, I'd love for you to chat me ear off, but I gotta score some new duds for the day. So let the other boys know that Bosco will be swinging by the sick bitch later. Have a pint ready for me, yeah? I'll pay you back for him, I promise!" relays Bosco, ignoring Bolt's obvious body language, as he walks back to his trudger, releasing a hiss of steam as it starts building momentum. Bolt raises a hand up and quickly cycles through his catalog of gestures, specifically recalling one he sees Wheeler frequently use involving a specific finger. Glancing back at Bolt, and seeing him mid-construction of a mechanical bird, he mistakes it for a friendly send-off and gives a jovial wave back in response as his dumpy steam carriage prattles down the road.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, an alarm wakes our eldest explorer, Thaddeus Greywater, from a pleasant slumber. He arises from bed and immediately performs his morning calisthenics, stretching and flexing his way to ensure no Charlie horse will catch him off guard today. He dons his morning robe and heads downstairs, knowing full well Gregory, like himself, loves to get an early start on the morning. And sure enough, as soon as he takes his seat, Gregory approaches, kettle and cup in hand. "Morning, Thad. Got your tea ready as always. You want me to try that full English breakfast thing again?" Being one of the few people around to be talked at in the morning, Gregory has had an earful about Thad over the many weeks that your group have made the sickbait your home. With that, oh my god, my wording here is all fucked up. I should have double checked this one. With that, he is helping Greg expand his limited menu by including some of his favorite meals. While he hasn't gotten it down exactly, Greg has gotten better, and Thad is willing to take him up on his offer. "Yeah, I'll get right on that, but before I do," Gregory pauses to pull out an envelope and place it in front of Thad. "This was stuffed under the door earlier, addressed to you and your other friends." Gregory heads back as Thad examines the letter. Immediately he recognizes the signs: official wax seal, high-quality stationery, perfect penmanship. This was another letter from Hector Aberdeen on behalf of Marius Darby. Opening it confirms his successful deduction. Another mystery solved. Like before, the letter only lists its recipients and a location and time. Surprisingly, though, it's a familiar location, the Darby Manor. It would seem he and his comrades would be hosted within the high-class seat of luxury once again. Thad, all a titter and delight, relishing the fact that he gets to present the good news to his friends, and so he began practicing his speech, making sure he could find the right allegory from his grandfather's exploits to aid in his explanation. It was later when beams of light burned through the eyelids of Wheeler Yuta as he begrudgingly awoke in bed. It was wrong of nature to hit a man while he was down, and sadly it was a 1-2 punch as the hex of a hangover made its presence known with a pounding headache. He hurled his body up into a sitting position and mustered enough constitution to not hurl anything else. After a minute of realigning his mental composure, he stood up and paced around the small room, hoping some blood flow might bring him back to life. But it was no use. His eyes stung, his head swelled, and the racket outside his open window wouldn't quit. It was a couple more paces later that a realization slipped through the headache. He didn't leave his window open last night. Going to close it, he found a ribbon tied to the latch with a slip of paper wrapped up. Eliminating one source of annoyances, he closed the window before unfurling the ribbon-wrapped paper. It was a ripped scrap of paper from the Malifaux Tattler, the newspaper, with the following thick inked words scrawled across it: "We need something locked away. You will open the vault. Prodigy Park. Julian." Eerie and cryptic in nature, the severity is overlooked as Wheeler moans in exasperation. It's that fat baby," he says. Wanting to rid himself of the bad news, Wheeler takes a swig of the dog and cleans himself up in the washing basin before dressing and heading downstairs, hoping he can leave his headache behind in his room, not realizing Thad is waiting for him downstairs. So, got an invitation from all three of the mission givers. And I put a little bit of a hint in everyone's stories as to what they kind of want. So yeah, you've all been approached. Also, doing it this way, I know Bolt hates Bosco. Mm-hmm. Does Bolt even tell everyone that Bosco has said anything?
Yeah, he would.
Okay.
In a like, we need to get out of here before Bosco shows up.
Okay, very good.
I could agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens I know the perfect place. Our friends the Darbys are throwing a soiree.
Wait, did we all get the same invitation?
No, yes. The invitation wasn't for Thad, it was for all of us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Each of the quest givers give us each one.
Gotcha.
Yes. So Bosco, Julian, or Darby seems to be where you're getting your mission from tonight. So who do you want to work for?
So, metagame, I still really want to try one of Julian's missions. Bosco's already out, so we're down to a 50-50.
Oh,
Even though Bosco
I don't
would
know.
pay.
yeah.
Bosco, you could trust him, man.
You see that picture? Do you see that man's face?
Yeah.
There's more grease on that man than fucking the bottom of a Chinese food container.
You look at those eyes. One of them stares you right in the face. You know that's the truthful eye. The other one's keeping an eye out for danger. He's watching your back.
Like I'm looking at the clown again.
I don't like that he's
Yeah,
watching my
that's fine.
back. That feels threatening. Darby doesn't
So
give
what's
us
everyone
true rewards. Is the problem with Darby?
Yes.
It leads to a big reward, I think you said, or something like that.
Yes. When you guys met him at the beginning, he wants you guys to be dreamers. Have something big in mind.
Metagaming, yeah, I want to see what Julian has. Like,
Mm-hmm.
character-wise, I have no reason to go with Julian.
Right.
But can Wheeler convince us to go to Julian or express interest in Julian?
Well, does Wheeler even want to work with
Right.
Julian?
Right,
And then you
baby.
keep seeing this fat baby.
I know.
This creepy baby keeps showing up to you and speaking to you in a German accent.
Oh shit.
Or you could work in the fat baby in the mechanical chair. Or you could work for the giant fat baby
With a Cockney accent.
with the Cockney accent.
Hmm.
Choose your fat baby.
So we get the most rewards from Bosco, right?
Yes, typically Bosco likes to pay out big. He makes you do jobs for getting cash, and he likes to reward you guys with cash. Julian seems to be working with some sort of unnatural force, but he assures you it's for the benefit of not just you, but everyone in Malifaux. Yeah. Darby is a swarthy businessman who's looking to get the most out of his employees, and he wants to figure out: are you guys just thugs he's hiring, or are you people of ambition like himself?
I think. But then I forget.
But then I stop. I mean, yeah, you don't have to pay attention to the rewards.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. I'm
You know, I like working for
Yeah.
him because he's a cool
Yep.
guy.
I think I'm gonna go with my first initial gut reaction, and I want to work for Bosco.
You want to go for Bosco? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you want, you can place your little game piece on the Bosco tile. That's like your vote.
Exactly what I'll do.
So Bob, are we going Darby or are we going Fat Baby?
On Bosco.
What? Oh,
Like, on because those question marks are people you haven't met.
that's right.
Bolt is on in between. Basically, yeah. So long as it's not Bosco, Bolt's happy.
Yeah, just because Bosco's a fool.
What was Julian's little tidbit? Is it to know?
Something was locked away. I want you to get it back.
Sounds like we'd be stealing from the Darbys.
Yeah. Sounds like we'd be stealing.
It sounds like we'd be stealing too. Yes.
Yeah.
Which
A little bit.
I am not that type of man.
Okay.
The-
So we're leaning more Darby.
The greater good that Julian says intrigues Bolt. But yeah. Darby's been fine so far, as far as I can remember, and Bolt can remember.
We just don't get really payouts from him. Like, we got paid a little bit for the manor.
Yes. And your costs were covered for the sewer mission last time. But yeah, payouts tend to be pretty low with Darby.
I don't really care, because...
You generate cash.
And Bolt doesn't use much cash.
Yeah. Except for going to therapy.
I think I spent more on Bolt going to therapy than I have on me.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, I bought a gun. Never mind.
That's because Bolt was your therapist.
It was, yeah.
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 He went to therapy so that he could cancel you two.
It worked out.
Might need to borrow some shrimp again.
So yeah, if we're tipping into the Darby zone,
Darby's winning with 1.5.
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's do Darby.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
consent.
because majority rules.
All right.
Well, Doyle rules.
Then I will read the Darby intro, and then you guys can settle on your pursuits, and we can get through the weekly stuff. So let's see. Not wanting to forfeit an opportunity with the big little man, you make your way to the Darby Manor in the Upper District. This takes most of the day, as evening is beginning to set as you walk up the path towards the entrance. Hector Aberdeen greets you at the door and invites you into the manor's parlor, where he immediately starts briefing you on the situation. Thank you for coming. I didn't have anyone else lined up for this task. This will be of great help. He pauses for a bit and composes himself, an unnatural habit from what you've seen of Hector. An associate of Master Darby has passed away recently. Mr. Richard Hornby was in part responsible for Morris's financial empire after being disowned by his own family. Later on in life, his kindness was repaid when Hornby was given a loan by Master Darby, leading him to establish Malifaux's first cannery, a move that took great advantage of the limited amount of goods that traveled in and out of the breach. He quickly found himself financially rivaling Master Darby, and the two enjoyed a friendly rivalry until his death. I get to take a swig, my mouth's get dry.
Swig.
Thank you. I needed the sound effect. Master Darby has received an invitation to attend his funeral and the reading of his will. I was prepared to send one of our legal representatives in his stead, but I have developed reservations about the whole affair. While Hornby was an aged man, he was not sickly or weak. He could afford any aid, and yet his condition deteriorated in such a short time that they could do nothing to halt his death. Finally, when Master Darby was requested to visit him in his home, I was there as well, always by his side, and I could see the effects Hornby had endured. Dry mouth, dilated pupils, flushed throat. These are symptoms of being poisoned. I assumed it wasn't the case at the time, but the more I mull it over, the more sure I've become of it. So rather than dispatch a shyster, more akin to finding faults in fine print, I've decided to call upon you three who have a better awareness of real dangers. I ask that one of you two, he points towards Wheeler and Thaddeus, act as Master Darby's representative. I apologize, Sir Wilkinson, but sending an automaton representative could be seen as insulting to both the Hornbys and Master Darby. I hope you understand. You will play your part in the ceremonies, but I want all of you to be on the lookout for suspect behavior in relation to Mr. Hornby's death. It's no secret in closed circles that he didn't have a good relationship with his family, and if this is an eternal affair, then so be it. But if this death is part of some sort of attack on the wealthy elite within Malifaux, then I must learn about the vector with which it was performed. If you have further questions, you can ask them in the next room. I have a tailor on standby ready to fit you for the funeral. You boys going to a funeral? Yee-haw!
Ooh!
With us going, there might be a death at the funeral.
Almost like a dead man's party.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, so now you know the context of your mission. I presume you're all gonna stick with what you've got for your pursuits, or lined up.
Yeah, commanders. Yeah, I need to go down to commander.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going, Bob. Or Bolt sticking with
Yep.
guard.
Back to guard. Yep.
And yeah, and Wheeler's gonna try his act at being a performer.
Yep.
We're gonna do a little FaceTime.
Performer.
But yeah, and at this point, we can go through some questions if you guys want to ask further questions of Hector.
Bolt will ask about the family. If there's anyone else or anything who might be suspect. Or most likely to inherit, or unless that's what we're there to figure out.
Yes, this will be both. It's a funeral ceremony and the reading of the will. So you will get to see who's getting what from Richard. He tells you most likely who will be there is Richard had 2 children, a man named Reese Hornby and a daughter named Alice Hornby. And as he kind of reiterates, they do not have a good relationship with their father, or did. He also mentions that his now widow wife, Eleanor, will most likely be there as well. And he mentions that she is not the birth mother of those 2 children. The birth mother was named Audrey, and she died 10 years ago when Richard Hornby first came through the breach with her. She suffered a severe shock when they passed through the breach, and she died because of it. Other than that, he is assuming Richard Hornby's lawyer will be there, a man named Lionel Holmes. Hector doesn't have much to say about the guy. He's never really... He doesn't know much about him, but the one time he saw him, he's like, dude, the guy looks like a worm. He looks like a pathetic worm of a lawyer. Outside of that, he's not sure who else will be there. Most likely other business associates or extended family members. Yeah, he's not too up to date with the Hornby family, just because, as he said, he kind of existed as a friendly rival to Darby, and so it was someone who was never truly a threat, and never really a problem. They were mostly fighting each other about buying businesses, and look at what I bought at the auction and I outbid you, haha, I'm such an ass, was their relationship. But beyond that, there was no real animosity between the two.
What was the deceased mother's name?
Audrey, Audry.
I have not been to a funeral for a score of years. Are the general happenings at one?
General happenings at a funeral?
Yes. Are we supposed to mingle with the guests and pay our respects? Is there anything that we should know about their relationship that we should say, shouldn't say?
He kind of mulls it over a bit but eventually just kind of breaks from trying to formulate anything. Says, unfortunately, due to the fact that Malifaux has its odd magics, the presence of the resurrectionists, and many people being from so many walks of life, there's no real one method that burials are performed here. It'll be up to whatever was requested by the dead or whatever his family has planned for him. I don't know.
Oh, that would be quite fascinating then.
All right, now Wheeler, you have to ask a question, but as you're asking it, the tailor is measuring your inseam and kind of fondling your balls a little bit.
Pee on him.
Defense protocol P.
Hey, buddy, you might want to watch it down there. I got things that can go off.
You got a hair trigger? He pulls a hair on your balls and you pee on him.
I just gave a slight jokey warning.
Okay.
Both Wheeler and Thad were getting measured.
Yes. For them, they're getting like suits. They're getting suits quickly modified to fit them.
Bolt's getting a suit.
For Bolt, they don't have a suit to fit.
Can he have a bow tie at least?
But I was just about to say they have a bow tie affixed to a magnet that slaps up on his neck.
I grab the bow tie and stuff, and just hold it up and say, "All right, Bolt, you got to dress for the occasion." And I kind of just chink, put it on him.
Mm-hmm.
That was my nuts.
That's him dressing up.
Look at that. You look right for the part.
And also, because you guys have to dress for the part, what are you taking? Does Thad bring his rifle
Why?
to a funeral?
We can't really bring anything. I mean, I can hide my pistols easily, but
not necessarily easily. There is weapons that have the stat concealable or have bonuses to hiding them. Your pistols do not. So it's a little harder to hide them. But you can use, what is it, sleight of hand or pickpocket? I don't remember. One of those skills to essentially hide the...
Yeah.
But, yeah. So,
if I can have
that's
my
another aspect.
men dressed up, I would request they be, and myself as well, some form of formal military, just like Grandpapa used to have, just some flair of that, so they'd be able to carry their swords with them.
Hector kind of says, like, I'm sorry, you can't take your men with you. It'll look like we're trying to send an army in there through the front door. This has to be somewhat covert, as is the fact that it's going to be 3 of you is already going to draw some suspicion. But I figured you could play, whoever's the representative can just play off the other 2 as bodyguards. Taking 4 bodyguards to a funeral as simply a legal representative to Mr. Darby, I'm sorry, it's not, no one's going to believe that. Your men are free to stay here for the time being.
Perfectly reasonable.
Also, yes, between Thad and Wheeler, who's going to be the representative?
Dun dun dun.
It's legal represent.
Yes, essentially, yeah, the person who's there to act on Darby's behalf for any sort of, your inheritance would be this. It has to be directed to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yes, you would kind of be the face. So if they're like, oh, can Mr. Darby come up and speak at the podium? Whoever's the face has to be the one to go up there and be like, hi, I remember hanging out with Mr. Hornby when we used to go skiing and whatever.
I will say, Ryan, you do know how to drag out a story. I mean, I do too, but like, you know how to do it and not realize you're doing it.
I can always discard a card and change it to a history flip.
Oh yeah, there you go.
If you guys want, you can just flip the coin between you.
I kind of want to look at his social things before we actually decide.
Right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's
I think
talk about
that.
I mean, yeah, his only good social is that he can lie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's...
And I can try to lie, fail, and then lie better than him, because I could turn it into...
Right. Into history.
Not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying you're better at it right now.
also with your new performer ability, if
Yeah.
Thad fucks up on anything, you
Yeah,
can immediately
I was
cut
just-
him off and be like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, isn't there? Yeah, I don't have to.
So if you
What are the conditions for that again?
when another character fails a social
That's what
duel,
it is. Okay.
so
Yeah.
so when Ryan goes, oh, I do a convince, I'm like, that wasn't very
Yeah.
convincing. You can throw away one of your cards from your hand and be like, actually,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you want to go with Thad being the representative?
That's my vote.
And we're going in there as legal representation. Yes? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you're not coming in like, yeah, I'm Darby. No, you're like, yes, I'm here on behalf of the Darby estate.
Well, there's no like guild lawyer card to show you're a lawyer. You can just come representing Darby.
And the fact that you have the invitation that was
True.
sent to
Okay.
him is your proof.
Am I good at forgery anyways? No, I'm terrible at it. Yeah, I'm fine with being the face for that.
Okay. And then, yeah, how much of your gear are all of you taking?
I've already forgotten his name because I didn't write it down because it's always
Renault and
no.
Chuck.
Hector?
Hector, yes.
Oh, Hector Aberdeen, yes.
Aside from the suits, is there anything else that you could procure for us before this? I don't want to go in with well, everyone so easily mistaken as armed men.
And he kind of thinks for a second, he's like, what do you have in mind exactly?
Just a couple of derringers for Wheeler here.
Yeah, I could rock a little lady gun.
Yeah, I believe we have some in the army. Are you sure that's what you want to go with? Yes, you could try and hide your normal pistols. That is completely within reason. It's Thad's rifle.
Yeah, I'm
is,
not bringing it.
Another
Yeah.
story. Yeah,
I'll go.
but yes, if you want the derringers,
Yeah.
you can take them.
I'll go with
but
the little derringers.
that also means you're going to have lower range, lower damage, but it's just easier to hide.
I
So-
kind of really want to.
Just bring your standard guns.
Yes, standard guns. You know what, Thad? I appreciate that, but as I take my guns and kind of twirl them in my hands, I appreciate that. But you know what? I don't want to be separated from these two ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Grandfather always said that a man that knows his weapon well is a happy man. Never understood that.
Your grandfather said a lot of things, didn't he?
Oh, tomes upon tomes could be filled with the great things he's said and done.
And then Bolt, you're taking a railhammer.
Yeah. Me, the player, not knowing what the customs are, if it's a bodyguard type construct,
I mean, yeah, you can.
then if that's, just not part of Bolt, but if that could be, I don't know, strapped to Bolt, I'm worried that we're getting a search at the door either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say like you can try to hide the railhammer, but you're not gonna have a good chance at it, just due to its sheer size.
Mhm.
But you could just argue like, I'm bodyguard bot. This is my weapon.
Yeah, I'll do it with the rail driver.
So.
He doubles also as my calculator.
Mm-hmm. I can play Doom on him.
First
And
thing I installed.
Don't forget Snake.
Oh, that was pre-installed.
Okay, so we'll go with that. Are you taking? I know Wheeler, you've got your lantern or whatever. Are you taking?
No.
Or you just okay? No. You're just going in 2 pistols and some ammo.
Let's see. Canteen. Not gonna take the canteen either. Can I just put like an X next to it?
Yeah, that's
now.
fine.
Yeah, no lantern.
Just to remind yourself it's not there.
I got my bird whistle. Pack of smokes. Gonna need that because it's gonna be boring. Oh, I can't take this gun, huh? It's too big.
It's just that it's that harder. It's not necessarily that it's too big. It's just another gun to hide, which will make it harder to hide.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it.
Your other gun, so you can't take those trail gloves because that's an outfit thing.
Oh, so my outfit is gonna be
same thing.
What about the watch?
Yep, all your armor basically it, unless. Well, wait, what? Let's see. Which piece of armor?
I have a doublet. I have trail chaps, trail gloves, and the round hat, the pith hat.
Right.
I'm assuming all of that's gone.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna have to dress.
What about my watch?
Yeah,
it's fine. That's what I figured.
Yeah, no one's gonna question.
Nope, not until it explodes on someone's face.
Oh my God! Watch
yep. And right before I'm going to shout out, "Watch this!" and then
time's up for you.
Tick
tock.
Is that how one throws hands?
You give him a slap. You're like, that was the little hand. You give him a bigger slap. That was the big one.
Back for seconds.
Your hour's up.
Yep.
Anyways, we're wasting more time.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so unless anyone has further questions about the family or where to check,
do we know of anybody else that is going to be there?
He mentioned the family members, and the most likely the lawyer / accountant. Other than that, he doesn't know. There was not like a guest list or anything, and he hasn't kept the best tabs on them as a family. Let's see. So yeah, as far as people go, that's all you have to go off of. The location isn't far from here, and he has a carriage ready for you guys to take you over. Because again, he's another well-off gentleman, so of course he's going to be in the same upper district area. And yeah, that's all I can really think of, unless you guys have specific questions.
I think I'm good.
Brief history.
The alarm went off?
Yep, the alarm went off.
That means it's time to go.
Yeah.
So, just reading over my notes, just trying to see what we want to... So we're just there to gather information? And be the representative of Darby? Okay.
You're there to leave a good impression as the Darby representatives as a whole. But also, he suspects that Richard Hornby was poisoned. And he just wants to, at the very least, try to learn either who did it or how they did it. So that he can, because he's afraid the same person who did it might come from for Darby. So that's his primary concern. You're essentially doing reconnaissance while acting as representatives.
Okay. Will the carriage be staying there, or will it be dropping us off and then picking us up later?
No, it'll be dropping you guys off and coming back.
I have second thoughts about bringing a weapon.
You are the weapon.
Yeah, we both also have magic.
Yeah.
Alec Kazam.
I'm a fucking bird cannon.
Are you bringing scrap for your cobble, or are you bringing your cobble?
I figured I would just have scrap if I can have a satchel just of scrap.
I assume...
Are they gonna open up Bender's inside and like look inside?
I don't think you could openly carry the scrap in, or at least it would be suspect for you to do so. But if you want to try to hide enough scrap within yourself, you can try that.
To not deceive, just properly. Also, as representing Darby, you don't want to make a fuss if failing that. So
Right. Well, deceive specifically is you acting as though you're hiding something. Them observing you would probably be stealth or pickpocket.
against my stealth or against my pickpocket.
Yeah, their notice or whatever. And again, that's assuming they even are suspect enough to search for it.
Yeah, I don't know how much I can play off of like, oh, I'm here to maintain Darby's assets. And at this point, it's Thad who's Darby's asset. So.
I mean, you're more likely to get away with hiding the scrap because you're just like, yeah, that's me. That's parts of me.
Yeah.
They're just a little loose. Ignore them, bro. I'm just a fairy. Ignore me. So where, yeah, hiding the rail hammer is going to be like, so that's your arm? Yes, this is my arm.
So, yeah, if I can bring some scrap,
you could because what is it, 2 scrap? Or 1 for the
cobbled? If I bring just enough for the cobbled, that gets back to a goat or dog, and it's 2 scripts worth of scrap. So yeah, it would be a small satchel of scrap.
Right.
The scrap is there because we need it, because you are at times you have to weigh things. We need to make sure that like gold or anything of the sort is actually of the right weight. And we need it to balance your arms.
That's why you're so big. You're just a walking scale.
Yeah.
For making deals. I mean, yeah, you guys can cooperatively lie for Bolt. He doesn't have to do it all on his own.
True.
So. But other than that, unless we have other questions, we'll just get on to the weekly things.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we'll go Bolt, Thad, Wheeler, do 2 laps for the 2 different weeks. Well, first, yeah, have you guys drawn your hands?
No, not yet.
No.
I have mine from last time. Should I just draw?
Shuffle that.
Discard, then shuffle again.
Here, yes, yeah. Yeah, empty it out and shuffle your deck. Also, whose 13 is that?
That's mine, I believe.
Oh, that's your discard
Yes.
pile? Okay, so yeah, go ahead and mix all that stuff up.
Checking the back of the card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and shuffle.
Yep.
Shuffle.
And all your good cards.
What shuffle again?
Yeah, that
Is it
one.
R?
R.
For randomize.
Yeah.
For ruffle. Raggy.
Rope.
Yeah, drop to 3.
Okay.
And so now, yeah, you'll take a turn, starting with Bolt. For last week, what did you do? Did you work a job? Did you practice a skill?
I'll work at that.
If you worked a job,
that shop, if I could exchange work for scrap or whatever it is, or whatever. The shop that I get my.
I mean, you'll get the cash and then exchange that for scrap. But yeah.
Okay. Has the fate deck been shuffled?
Yes, but I'll do it a couple more times anyway.
Okay, then I'll do that. So that's just a straight flip.
Yep. Ooh, not bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Artifacting total 17.
Okay, 3 script. Oh. And only because I kind of want to go take a piss. I'm going to reveal the magic formula. For every 5 points that you get in your final total, earn a skill.
I kind of have to also.
So
And we can use
yeah,
whatever skill?
Whatever skill. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to take a piss.
I am going to be using counter spelling.
So is Andrew, apparently.
Yeah. And then I'll do that when I come back? Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go nose well.
Oh. Yep. Hold tight, buckaroos.
I guess since they're all peeing, I'll just sit here.
Yep, you're alone with your thoughts. Good luck.
Oh no! Not my thoughts. Those whores over there? Is that what I think that's what thought stood for? Man, I have not actually used the word thought in that manner in a long time. And now I talk to myself. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I need to remember that I am bringing my history book, which is a school skill toolkit, as well as my journal. Yes, carrying books. I'm a fucking nerd. Gonna go over here and rearrange people's stuff. It's kind of sad, but I'm pretty sure that Bolt would actually be one of the better faces in the party.
Was that a better face in the party?
You might be one of the better. You might be the best face in the party. You have a convince of 4, which is the highest of anybody has in any social skill. Oh, I technically can barter or intimidate, which both of those I have better.
Yeah.
Oh, is Dark Thag gonna go shake down some thugs? Get some money?
I'm doing counterspelling. Yeah, because.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 20 total.
Okay, $4.
Okay, let me add that. Oh, and also I'm bringing my history book as well as my journal on this adventure.
Okay, that's
Skill
fine.
tool book for the history.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you edit this again?
Just looks like bookkeeping.
I
for
got a right click.
The Darby representative.
Did we have another card of what we're taking? Easier?
I mean, Andrew went through his inventory, put an X next to everything he's not taking.
Okay.
So that might
my
be
inventory is already
quick,
another
effective
card.
way.
So yeah, I just saying that I have my money, my journal, and my history book. I'm not gonna bring my 5 bottles of brandy.
I forgot you're carrying around 5 bottles of brandy.
I did too, until I left. I forgot the history book and everything. I had to highlight or hover over the thing for it to actually show me what's in there. Oh, and I should probably edit this. Because we sold off the guild bonds. And the lab
yeah,
keys
I sold
wouldn't be a
those.
thing anymore. Still have a dark
Mhm.
cloak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew peeing or pooping?
Both. He has a cloaca.
Ooh. I'll never forget that I was on a bio field trip, and that was like one of the first things that the teacher said to everybody, like, Oh, don't you? That's why it's like a watery, because they're peeing and pooping at the same time. It's like fascinating. I don't want to be out in the sun anymore.
I hate birds.
I don't care.
And we're just waiting for Andrew.
Yeah, unless you want us to do our second one.
Yeah, if he's gonna take this long, go ahead and Bob and do bolts.
Yep, I'll do the same thing again.
Okay.
Acting, so +6. 13, so another 2 script.
Yep.
I'm gonna also do the same thing, counterspelling somehow. Working with the guild, finding those evil people.
Yeah, just general.
And that is a 15.
3 script.
Alright, $3.
And then should I try to get rid of my crazy?
Yeah, if he's not back yet, yeah, we'll go ahead and. So yeah, you have essentially 2 weeks. Oh no,
1 week, yeah. So
yeah.
7 days to try to get rid of that.
7 attempts to clear the crazy.
And you only have the one left?
Only the one left, yeah.
Him and Wheeler each have 1.
Which it was I could pay someone to get plus flips or something.
Yes. Let me.
But it uses my centering.
Oh, that's right. I created another bag for it. Yeah, it's your skill because it's your ability to mentally cope, but he can give you plus flips.
And Andrew needs your help on all of these, otherwise he can't do it.
But it's my centering skill?
Yeah,
Okay.
So it'll be your skill. And if you pay for the premium service, so 6 script, you'll get all the plus flips, and you'll be adding half of his score of assist.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know if it's...
No, if it's 4 or more, so if you pay 4 script or 6 script, you'll get a +1 to your final duel result.
Plus the additional plus flips.
Plus the flips.
Okay.
Yes. Because as we talked about, it's technically an assist action, so you do get half of his skill value.
Is it half? I thought it was just the skill value.
Because it's an NPC, it's half.
Okay.
From players, it's full.
Okay. Do I go with him first and then play the numbers, or do I play the numbers and go with him if I don't clear up by the end of the week?
You have a +4 already. You needed an 11 to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy doesn't.
So I need to flip an 11 to do it.
Yes.
Plus, you cycle through cards, which means the deck shuffle will come soon.
All right, sorry about that.
It's fine.
Ready.
We were just taking care of other stuff. So, yeah, if you want to do that, Bob.
Yeah, so just straight flip.
Yep.
There we
Hey!
Nice.
Bob's not crazy. Yeah.
I forgot we're still doing
I'll
that.
show what bag it was.
I mean, you guys.
So for Wheeler, what did you do for the next 2 weeks or last 2 weeks? Did you work a job? Did you practice?
I'm gonna work a job. I guess I was a bouncer.
You were doing like mercenary work with your pistols.
I say mercenary work, but really it was just being a bouncer at a club that was really boring and nothing happened. Yeah.
Okay.
You weren't performing somewhere?
Ooh. You have to wear the fishnet stockings.
Who says I wasn't?
True. The bodyguard stuff is the cover.
Exactly.
Okay. So if you want to give me a flip for your pistiles.
Flip.
So a 7 plus whatever you flip.
No. There we go. 7 plus whatever I flip. 6.
Bam. 13. You got $2.
Yeah. Yay! I have 7 now.
Yeah.
And you do that the second week as well?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry, I thought that was for. My bad.
That was for last week, and now we're
Now
doing
this
it
week? Okay.
Yeah. So you want to do it again?
This time, this week, I performed at a sub bar in Malifaux, and they were having an open mic night, and only 2 people were there. But I was trying to tell some jokes.
Are you doing this to make money or to have that skill available to level up later?
Oh, to make money. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm committing.
Because you could choose.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, granted, you're going to have all social skills available at the end of this mission, anyways, because you're a performer, so you don't.
Yeah.
But
fuck it, money. Yeah.
Okay.
Money.
So, what skill are you using?
I thought I just had to tell a story.
You have to tell us what skill is an association you're going for. Also, am I reading your character right? Do you have 0 ranks in acrobatics?
I
thought you had some.
I thought I had some ranks in it too. I should have, because I climbed the.
No, that was that wasn't acrobatics for climbing the thing. That was athletics, I thought.
That was athletics, yeah.
And then he got athletics for that. I don't think he's ever had
He had the
points, and he just has good grace.
Yeah, weird. It is grace.
Yeah, so I think he just had good grace.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what would that skill be? It'd be
for what?
Yeah, it'd be social.
It'd be social charm, probably, or bewitch. Sorry.
Okay.
What kind of jokes were you telling?
I were telling.
Were you Sam Kinison and were you yelling at the audience? Because otherwise it'd be intimidating.
No, I was not yelling.
Were you saying things that you knew they would like, and so all they did was clap rather than laugh? Because then you'd get clapture, which is leadership.
No, I didn't get any claps. More like just they didn't want me on. They didn't want me on stage.
Right, you sucked at it. So yes, bewitch.
Yeah, okay, bewitch. So I go.
So you have a 1 total, the acting value.
Whatever you flip +1.
Oh,
no, you
my
don't
bad.
add it. It's just now, you have a 1 plus a flip.
12.
Hey, not bad. You weren't that bad at it. You still got paid $2.
Yeah. So 9. I'm back to 9.
Okay. But unfortunately, that trauma did make you a little sad, and you had to go see Dr. Bolt, who cheered you up.
Hey, Bolt, cheer me up.
So you have to make a centering check.
Yes. Okay. So then,
but because Dr. Bolt's there, you're going to get what is it? A +4?
It's my ranks, correct?
Yes.
3 ranks.
Where is centering again?
You have a total of 0 in centering.
Okay.
It's training lower right.
Training.
I see.
Yeah.
So flip a card.
Yep. 3 and add
you
Bolt's
need a
3.
12.
12 or higher.
Bup! Ha!
Okay, that's 1 day.
Luckily, you have 7 days, so keep doing it. Day 6. Nope.
Bad days.
Day 5.
You can also spend money to get help from the psychiatrist as well. Or is it instead of?
But that wouldn't be my rank.
It's instead of,
Yes, it's better than
because only
Bolt.
only 1 assist can come in.
So that was the 3rd day.
Yeah.
4th day. Huh.
Okay.
5th day.
5th day.
No. 6th day.
6th
day.
There you go. There you go. Okay, you're no longer crazy.
Yay! Get that weak crap out of here.
At least not in the ways that can be measured as a stat.
True.
All right, there we go. Put that away. Oh boy. Golly gee, fellas.
Golly gee.
Okay. So Act 1, all dressed up with nowhere to go. Time for the blindfold. Cha.
Ah!
And now I go there. I put a fog of war down. I undo blindfold.
And it immediately does not work.
And you guys, I know,
I'm seeing just fog of war.
just fog of war.
Yep.
Okay, and then let me bring the eye over here and reveal. Do you guys
road.
see that?
Yep.
Road or
It's
sidewalk.
looking-
Yep.
Looking good.
Okay.
Expecting to see the clown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have had the clan up. Damn it.
To fuck with us.
Oh well. Get that out of the way for the time being. Okay, you guys can put yourselves up there on the front entryway, and I will read the intro segment. You find the Hornby Manor in the Upper District. While clearly of high quality construction and material, its architecture is more reserved than the opulent mansions you've seen in the area. Its faded purple tiled roof, plain white stucco walls, and a simple symmetrical layout gives it an air of quiet reticence among the herd of bloated homes. The fact that the manor sits on one of the largest plots of land further compounds its withdrawn mystique. Its only true neighbor is the large monolithic stone structure it shares the land with. A dark gray building of brutal simplicity and Gothic flourishes, denoting it clearly as a modern tomb. So, in the back behind this house, you can see there's a fairly large mausoleum behind it.
I cast detect magic.
You don't detect anything at the
Okay.
door.
I cast magic missile.
At what? The darkness?
So dumb, John. Jesus.
He wants
Oh,
to
I'm
believe in a
sorry.
thing called love.
You just listen to the rhythm of his heart.
Yeah. No, Wheeler doesn't have that high of music skill.
You don't know that.
I do. It's a skill.
Were
of the
you at
game.
open mic night?
Yes,
I was. I'm the GM. I'm God.
he's everywhere.
I am all encompassing. Go clear out that. So yeah, you guys gonna go knock on the front door and
We're gonna go knock on heaven's door.
Yeah. I'm gonna knock
be
on the door.
welcomed in.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll be waiting for you.
Are these just thorn bushes or something? I can't quite. Okay.
Yes.
I need to wipe my glasses, I guess.
Well, there's roses.
I can never remember. There we go.
Okay. Yes, I will knock on the door.
Okay, you rap on the door.
Hip hop, hip
And-
hip 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 hop.
The entryway is opened. Go ahead and reveal in here a bit. Put that off to the side. You are greeted by Servant A. Let's see. He opens the door and says, "Yes."
Good day, sir. We are here on behalf of Sir Darby.
For the funeral, I presume.
But of course, I'm glad that you presume things.
Of course. Come in, sir. And he welcomes you through the entrance. So you guys can walk in.
We could not see him, by the way, behind the door.
Oh, you
Yeah.
couldn't? I really need to just, reveal most of this stuff because it's a well-lit open
Is
house.
it that there was a wall at the door?
Sort of. Like, not the door, the walls that I've put in for the other mansion. I was just... Here we go. I can say, if you guys walk in here, you can now see all of this.
Fucking knocking stuff over.
There we go. He asks to take your coats, if you're willing to hand them over.
I have my books in hand, so yeah, that would be fine if I handed over my coat. Do be careful.
Mr. Wheeler.
Sure, I'll hand over my coat.
Coat that might be covering up some.
Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. I'm like, wait.
The more layers you wear, the easier it is to hide them.
Yeah, I know. Actually, my good man, I'm feeling a little chilly. I'm going to keep mine on for the time being.
And he looks past to see Bolt and realizes there's no coat to be found.
But there's a boat.
So he goes to place it in the closet that's right here. Meanwhile, from this room, you see this little Weedley fella come in, introduces himself as Lionel Holmes, and he says, I heard you were here on behalf of Mr. Darby, yes?
Indubitably good, sir. My name is Thaddeus Greywater. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. And I'll stick out my hand.
He gingerly takes your hand, and presumably you're going to put a lot more effort into the shape.
Oh, I'm going to shake this little bitch boy.
He goes, yes, I believe you have an invitation to the funeral, sir?
Yes, it is. I left it in my coat pocket that was just actually put in the closet there. I could not fucking think of the word closet.
Closet. He goes, yes. He says, Stefan, could you please retrieve the coat you just put in there? And Servant A, who is now Stefan. There we go. Brings out the coat, and presumably you fish out the invitation.
Hand it back over.
And he examines it, flips it, makes sure, and like, yes, very good. You are welcome to stay down here in the first floor of the home. Please help yourself. He points towards the room to the south. There is drinks and food available. We are still waiting for a few other guests to arrive before we begin the festivities. Seems like the wrong word, but it's best suited. So please enjoy yourselves. We will begin shortly when the others arrive.
Thank you very much, good sir. And I will gingerly walk down.
Okay. He will
step over.
Before you guys start moving too much. He's gonna come in and sit over here in this room. Presumably I'm just gonna say he introduced some of the people because I don't want you guys to have to go around and ask everyone's names. Let's just save ourselves some time. So in here's a woman. That's Eleanor Hornby, the wife / widow.
The couches are half covered in fog still.
Oh, and shadow. Yeah.
Okay.
How's
Good.
that? Okay. Let's see. There's over here, standing but in this corner, is Reese Hornby, the son.
He is fantastic.
Yes, I knew you would like him. Wait till you learn his nickname.
Oh.
Reese's Pieces?
No, something way more classy. Up in the north here is a man who was identified as Titus Moeller. And he says, and he presumably he will tell you, well, like I said, I'm just doing this to move things along a little quicker, that Alice, the daughter, is in the other room with her daughter. Up to the northeast side. And so he's like, yeah, just enjoy yourself for the time being while we wait for the others.
Okay. And what is Titus's relation to anything? Or would...
Why don't you go talk to him?
I was just wondering if it's,
Bitch.
amongst
Bitch.
Well, yeah, did he say Alice, my wife, is in the other room? Yeah.
No, but you guys knew who Alice
Yes.
was. Like I said, I'm just trying to move things along a little bit. But yes, you do not know who Titus Moeller is.
Okay. Visual description of Titus. Is that actual like chainmail peeking out from his sleeves, or is that fur?
Yes, I have descriptions.
Yeah,
Titus, the large tall man is a daunting figure, not only for his size, but his stern expression. He clearly has the air of no-nonsense type about him, and from his plain, thick coat to the simple haircut he has, even his large eyebrows always keeps his vision in a narrow, judging gaze. It is not chainmail, it is a very thick, puffy coat.
Hmm.
Do you want other descriptions?
Sure.
What about Holmes?
Lionel Holmes. A meek little man stares at you with his sunken eyes and his blank stare. His messy, ill-fitted attire and hunched posture shows little care for either his appearance or your opinion of it. His shallow face, his thin hair tells of someone who's been through troubling times. However, his pale skin and dainty figure says those scars are most likely mental ones. As far as Eleanor, the wife, the one before you sits as the embodiment of aged beauty, a curvy figure in a black dress with only the slightest of sags and wrinkles to blemish her appearance. Her well-kept silvered hair is neatly combed under her mourning veil. Truly, the only fault with her complexion is the saddened misery on her display on her face. And for Reese, garish and gaudy, the man before you moves about like the parade he appears to be wrapped in. A bright red coat on top of a sky blue vest housing a goldenrod kerchief wraps the man in a flamboyant firework of color, as his hair appropriately explodes out from his head in a swooping cascade of sun-tinged brown hair, with a subtle pencil-thin mustache at the center of his face.
Fantastic.
The servant will leave the closet and stand by the door.
So if that's all of them, I will first go and greet Eleanor.
Okay. And as far as general vibe of the room, no one is basically trying to talk to anyone. They are all keeping their distance from each other.
Well, one...
Like you didn't walk in and suddenly heard talking stop. It was just kind of like it was never there to begin
Well,
with.
they're all not sitting together whatsoever. So.
Yes.
No, they're clearly best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I will go over and greet Eleanor. And
Okay.
as would be the fashion, I guess, would kind of like slightly bow, and offer my hand out. And terribly sorry for your loss, Miss Hornby. Mrs. Hornby.
Mm-hmm. Where are my manners? The widow Hornby, am I right?
Yeah.
And she sees that and takes your hand and gives you a bit of a shake. She's kind of trying to hold herself together and says, "Thank you. It's I didn't quite catch it. What was your name?"
My name is Thaddeus Greywater, here on behalf of Sir Darby.
Yes, the Darbys. It's good to know that they cared enough to send someone.
Yes, it's too bad that he could not be here himself. Well, he is wrought with sorrow and just could not face this day. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry that you must face it here. And you seem to be doing quite good at putting up a stiff upper lip.
Thank you. I know Mr. Darby is a busy man. It was no different than Richard. I understand why he could not be here. It's quite acceptable.
Well, I will leave you to your grief then.
And just let you know, Wheeler, there is wine and whiskey over at that bar.
I was gonna say, yeah.
With also the fancy foo-foo cheese and crackers that these rich folk like to eat.
Say less. Fucking like, oh, it's delightful to meet you, and then just runs over to the cheese.
Cheese. So yeah, anyone you might want to specifically interact with, or perhaps just observe.
Who's Titus Muller again?
You guys don't really know.
He's that guy over here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
the guy
was
over
looking. I'm like, wait a minute. Do we get introduced?
No, you were not introduced to it. He seems to just be sitting in a chair, kind of reading a book. Yeah, and also as far as rooms go, the current room you are sitting in is the parlor, I want to say. Yes, the parlor. To the north is the study. So there's bookcases, and it seems to be a reading room of some type. You can peek in just a bit over here, and it's very much a dining room as far as you can see. And you can't really see too much. And also, yeah, straight in front of you guys is a staircase going upstairs. In case, yeah, let me make sure that's all shown.
Yep.
But that's all you see of the house as of right now.
No one else is gonna do anything. I will fix myself a glass of. Actually, is Reese currently drinking? I know his portrait is drinking.
Oh, yes, he has a wine glass. He's strangely upbeat as he looks out the windows, sipping from his wine glass. Keeps kind of like muttering to himself and has a little bit of a jaunty laugh. Oh yes. He's kind of in his own little world.
Does his wine match what's being served on that table?
Ooh.
Yes, he is drinking a red wine, and there is red wine on the table.
I'm going to fix myself a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to pour myself a glass of wine, trying to match his glass of wine.
But I will pour your wine.
Just a little bit. No,
don't need you pouring them foofy British wine bottles. Gotta get a big gulp.
I'm trying not to be drunk.
Gotta get a freedom gulp.
I'm going to pour your drink and pour my drink and then take my drink and the bottle and I will go right over here.
Very good.
That's exactly what Stefan said. Very good, sir.
Very good, sir.
Good help is hard to find these days.
Leaving Eleanor, Bolt will sort of nod curtly and then fall Thad.
Mm-hmm.
I will whisper to Bolt and just I don't know if you're good at this. I'm essentially trying to get you to scrutinize everyone's conversation as you're kind of lingering over me. And then I will go over to Reese.
Gonna check out the Reese.
And I will,
Mr. Reese.
Raise my glass a little bit and cheers. I don't want to call you Hornby. Reese, it is. I wish that we could meet on better days.
He kind of quickly turns to you and goes, you know me. Have we met at one of the parties I've been to? There's so many parties. I don't quite find your face that familiar. And he takes another sip of wine, like, you're a bit too old for the usual ones I tend to be around, but whatever. You seem like an interesting fellow. Also, he doesn't look that much younger than you.
Good.
Yeah, he says that, but he is very much close to your age.
He's pushing 40.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so old.
I know. God, yeah, I would kill myself if I was almost 40.
Yeah.
Dad, and like. Yeah,
Speaking of which, I
22.
won't be here next week. Yeah.
Will you be here any week after?
Maybe in spirit, but you know.
Oh, okay.
No. I've not been to any parties since I've come to Malifaux. Actually, what sort of soirees do you throw?
Oh, me? I am not one to host. Oh no. I am known as as an attendee. I'm a bit of a social butterfly, you know. I love to talk, and I love to meet all the wealthy and fine people here at Malifaux. Oh, there's so many interesting fellows, so many interesting places to go. Mostly on their dime, but yeah, it's all good fun.
Well, the upper crust always seems to have just that extra crust, don't they?
Only the best of crust, my friend. And he holds his wine glass out to like,
Yeah,
ting.
ting.
Does Reese exhibit any of the symptoms that Hector said that Richard did?
Dry lips,
Dilated pupils.
pupils, and flushed throat. He looks a little flushed the cheeks, but that just probably is from the alcohol. But no other real symptoms seems to be showing up on him as far as that connection.
Well, I must I must make my rounds. Being unfamiliar with everyone, I feel it's best to at least say hello to everyone.
Ah, very good. And if you're looking to, you said you weren't into those parties. If you ever want to hit one up, come talk to me, my friend. I'll show you a great time.
I'll make a note of it, and I'll tap my notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna talk to the help.
The
help.
He's a lawyer. I
The
would
help.
If you're representing a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably.
You're already you're already representing. Why would
Yeah.
you?
I don't know if I have much to say to him.
Mhm.
Andrew, well, I think you go do something.
Yep.
Yeah, you got some plans,
Yep.
Andrew?
I'm gonna mosey my way over here. Of course, this Thaddeus catches my eye. I'm just gonna go.
Snaggle your way over there.
I'm gonna offer him a drink. And sorry,
you're just gonna wander like and ask, do you want something to drink?
I'm gonna wander over there and be like, man, funerals are a hell of a thing, huh? And I kind of just offer him my other cup.
Oh, the one because you have the bottle. As you walk over to him, you notice he looks like he's reading the book, but he's clearly not reading the book. He keeps kind of glancing up from it and looking around. And with you kind of becoming the focus of his attention, he gives up the facade that he's portraying and just looks at you and goes, "Sorry, no, I do not wish to drink tonight," and kind of lifts the book back up to his face.
Can't say I blame you. Funerals are a hard time. What are you reading there?
He actually has to look at the cover because he's the lilies and the wandering soul. It's interesting.
So how do you know everybody here? Are you a family member or anything?
No, I'm not dysfunctional enough to be a family member. I'm Titus Muller. I worked under Richard Hornby. I was his primary manager at the cannery. And I kind of took over as he fell ill. And that's pretty much it. Do you wish to know my whole background story? Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, it'd be better than staring at a dead body, but no, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Bueller.
Okay, give me a deceive check with a plus flip. Because you're lying to him, but he doesn't really know better, so he'll probably just accept it.
He doesn't know. Okay. You said, and then add deceive? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And a plus flip.
And a plus flip.
Oh, and a plus.
Or
So yeah,
flip
flip
one more.
Flip two cards, take the
Sorry, my
highest.
bad.
Let's...
Weird.
What'd you get?
12
I
and a
pulled
12.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. So 15 total?
I'm trying to look at where my bonus is. Where is it?
Just to
Bottom
save on social.
Yeah, social.
And when I say that, I mean my numbers aren't coming in clearly. There they are.
Yeah, don't zoom in too much.
Mhm.
They flicker when I do that.
Oh.
Your deceive is a +2.
And you can press Alt to bring the document up in front of you.
Sorry, I accidentally started shit. I accidentally clicked on my skill triggers.
You just destroyed
yeah.
Ricochet, I think, or Critical Strike. Bob was saying he's using the mouse now, so not WASD. So middle mouse click to drag and right click to spin.
Oh, I always do WASD. Yeah.
I know, but that's what leads to that happening.
Okay.
That's why I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well,
We'll fix
it's
it later.
fine. We know you have Ricochet. We know you have Critical Strike.
All right, so 12. Yeah, take the highest. I mean,
it's 12 with your +1 in deceive. So 13 total. As far as you can tell, yeah, he totally believes you.
14
so he's
total.
just like, all right. Is it? Oh, it's 2. Okay.
regardless.
Okay. and he goes, Bueller, huh? Is that your last name, or is that your first name?
They call me. They call me Bueller, Bewley, Buckington. Nice to meet you. And again, I try to offer him the drink.
Okay, your game piece now has your name on it. You're now Wheeler, Bueller, Bewley, Buckington.
There you go.
Yeah, he says he accepts it because he's partially because he just doesn't care, as far as you're able to read off him. But he still doesn't take the glass. So just reiterates, I'm not drinking tonight. And,
well, Mr. Okay, go on.
I was gonna say, but he does then asks, so what is your relation to Richard? I don't believe I've seen you before. Bueller.
And so just to reiterate, we're here, we're being representatives, right?
Yes. Yeah, your cover is that you and Bolt are working as bodyguard for Thad, who is the representative of Mr. Marius Darby.
Okay.
What you're really here for is to find who might have murdered Richard Hornby.
I just I wanted to say all that, but I didn't know quite.
Right.
We're just hired help with the gentleman over there representing Mr.
Darby.
Yeah, Darby.
I think Andrew was doing that on purpose.
No. I could not remember.
I thought you were like,
I really should write down names, but I'm. Yeah.
It's fine. If this was a video game and you opened up the quest menu, that's the information that would always be there, so I can recite it to you whenever you need it.
Exactly.
And there's so many fake names like Bueller, Bewley, Buckington floating around that it's hard to keep track of all these weird names.
Yeah. So I just let him know about how our cover story.
Right. And he goes, I see. Well, I don't think you have too much to worry about. Although, and he kind of leans to look into the other room to see if he can see anybody. He then leans into, and not seeing him, leans into you. It's like, you probably keep an eye on Reese. He's quite the drunken fool, and he tends to start arguments that he can't win.
Reese, huh? You mean that
Yes.
fellow over there?
Yes,
point to
the bush-headed dandy.
What's his story?
He's the son of Richard, the foolish, layabout, idiot son who's supposed to take over the cannery. Well, at least that's what Richard always claimed he would do, but he has never shown up to take up the mantle. Every time he does, he always gets bored and leaves. And I have to keep managing things without him.
Yeah, you sound pretty excited to work under him.
I don't think I will be working under him. Richard knew I was the right man for the job. It's why he put me in charge when he fell ill. I'm sure I will remain in this position. And that dumb punk idiot will be out on the streets when he no longer has daddy's money.
It's tales old as time.
Sure. Meanwhile...
Well, I was going to sign off. I was going to say, well, it was nice talking with you. Nice meeting you. You sure you don't? Sure you don't want any one of these drinks? And I just said it to him.
Final time.
You just said it.
Yes, I was going to say. If he doesn't take it, I'll just put it next to him.
Okay. He just no. I don't want.
Well, if you ever get the courage, and then I'll just set it down
and start wandering off.
I was trying to get him to wander off, but yeah.
Nah, he kind of is happy being far away from certain people. Meanwhile, Thad stares at a weird-looking man for several minutes.
Just that whole time, he's just staring at him blankly.
Yep. Just, how did your face turn out that way? Truly a mystery.
I see you've also been on safari and been gored once or twice.
Unless, Bolt, you have any sort of plan that you wish to enact.
I'm still concerned about acting too much of an autonomous construct.
Are you going to try to act human?
We are amongst rich people, not the guild. So they might have their own autonomous shit, or have seen it as a sideshow at one of these fucking weird dandy parties.
Yeah. So as far as you've heard, these guys are all related to a cannery business, not necessarily the strictest of like guild lapdogs.
So did you want to do something, or am I talking to this guy?
Go check out the dining area. Let's still sort of keep an ear or eye out behind.
Well, yeah, keep and watch.
Keep a robot ear.
Beep beep. Let's see. Yeah, you can see down that way. You can kind of see there's a kitchen over here, and you can definitely see there's motion in that direction.
Okay.
But yeah, the dining room seems to be empty as of right now.
Yeah, just sort of do a lap of the dining room just to see if I see anything.
Do you say we while doing it?
No.
Okay. You're gonna get a negative flip then.
Just stop here, take a look at like the hallway and the kitchen, and just see what's going on. See if anything stands out or anyone stands out.
Yeah. If you want to look a little bit further this way, now with clear sight, You can see that there are 2 more servants sitting in the kitchen, and they seem to be preparing food. And from what you can tell, especially not having, an actual human appetite, this seems to be a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely making a fairly large meal.
But still only 10 chairs at the table.
Yes. And accurately 8 settings. So make that of it what you will.
Anything else notable about this room? I don't want to just start wandering through this house.
Right. Lionel did say you guys are free to wander the first floor. Yeah, when you got in. If you want, I can read the dining room. Where the fuck is that description? In the middle of the decorative tiled floor sits a large dining table, flanked on all sides by ornate suits of armor, standing at attention to watch over those who would feast. So yes, those are like decorative suits of armor, very much not combat ready.
Okay, there's not someone hiding in them.
No Scooby-Doo villains. At least not obvious Scooby-Doo villains. So, if that's it, we'll jump back over to Thad, and you can continue patrolling the house. So Thad, you've been enjoying this guy's face for a while.
What's wrong with your face?
Molly.
I was just gonna say Molly.
Is he holding a book, or is that just picture?
It's a briefcase kind of thing, like a satchel.
Holmes, my good man, do you often proceed over such will readings and such?
Let's see. Let me make sure I'm getting information correctly. Lionel. He kind of says, as far as funerals go, not that often. However, being of service to Mr. Richard, yes, I've been in his employment for 18 years. I've worked with him most of my career, handling his accounting and legal issues mostly. That's about as much of a relationship as I've had with him. Not really friends with him. Not really friends with anyone.
Well, a relationship with numbers at the very least.
You do realize 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Well, it 2 could be just as bad sometimes. Do it, John.
I don't know the other lyrics.
But the loneliest number is the number 1.
Yeah,
2 can be just as bad as 1, but the loneliest number is
I'm not gay. I don't listen to Beatles.
I don't even know who the fuck that's by.
Is it a Beatles?
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not? Aw, I'm way off.
It's by the Silver Beatles.
Three Dog Night.
Yes, but he... Is it Three Dog Night? Huh.
There's our music lesson for the night.
Anyways.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
There we go.
It's not going to end.
But yes, he doesn't
18 years is quite a bit of time to be working for someone. I'm surprised that you weren't more acclimated with his affairs in, social settings.
Like I said, he kept me on call for legal and accounting matters, not much else. As far as me sticking around so long, I'm pretty sure it's the fact that I simply started, which made me the most familiar with his affairs, meaning I was always the most reliable person to go to. I'm not quite sure he really valued my time all that much otherwise.
Well, I just... having had dealings with lawyers and all the bureaucracy on Earth, having someone that you can call upon for such matters is always good. And the fact that he kept calling on you speaks volumes to your pedigree.
Are you trying to hire me, sir?
I don't have any need of your services just now, but I will think of you in the future.
Very well. Just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, this conversation's over.
Well, you mentioned that for his legal affairs, has he had a lot of legal troubles in the past?
Oh, not necessarily. It's usually more permits and guild laws, just working within the confines. The cannery has seemingly operated without much problems. I think partially because of Mr. Muller in the other room. He seems to have worked as the floor manager and kept the riffraff in check. Usually I'm just here to sign permits and have things notarized. Nothing really interesting.
Well, if you're a buffer between the guild and a fine establishment, then you're a good man. And I'll not tip my hat because I'm not wearing a fucking hat, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
Go to
yes.
tip it, but then realize that you don't have a hat.
I'm good.
Yes,
Yes.
tip your invisible hat, your invisible fedora.
A delight speaking with you.
I'm sure.
I'll be on my way.
You tip your fedora, my lawyer.
My lawyer.
Oh, so close to snorting there.
That was good. Meanwhile, in the other room, Wheeler is breakdancing on the carpet.
I believe you mean Bueller.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Bueller. You gonna go check out that room
Get
to
it
the
right.
east?
Yeah, this one right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
To the west.
Sure.
Yeah, everything's pretty well lit, so you can see almost entirely down the way.
Okay.
And it appears to be a living room of some sort. And in it, you see two ladies.
Well, that's not creepy.
I can't see over here.
Yeah, give me a sec.
No.
Oh.
Do it now. Yeah. It's my money. I want it now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Checking the cash. There we go. So yeah, you do call JG Wentworth.
877 cash. No.
No. God damn it.
Not a sponsor.
No, not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. No.
Are they even in business still?
I believe.
Yes. Maybe. I think they still are.
Really?
I think I've seen recent commercials. Let's see. Do I have a description for this room? A large artisan fireplace sits at the center stage of the room with a couch and some chairs serving as the audience seating for the performing fire. So it is very much a nice, luxurious living room. And in it you see two females. One, sitting quietly, this tall, slender woman stares forward in quiet contemplation. Her pale powder face is nearly expressionless as the reflection of the flames in her eye. Aside from the reflection of the flames in her eyes. What little movements are made are short and subtle as the grieving woman patiently waits. Meanwhile, the smaller child, hidden behind a porcelain mask and wearing a simple black dress with white trim, this young girl looks like a doll, or looks doll-like in appearance. Luckily, the way she gently kicks her feet and looks around assures you she's very much real.
I was going to say, did she have a mask on her?
Yes, she has a porcelain mask.
Oh. It's the JoJo mask.
It is.
Are there? Hmm.
And they're sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
Okay, just to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm gonna walk up to the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, ladies.
She's grieving. She's easy.
Excuse me, ladies. Might I offer you a beverage?
Let's see. Alice doesn't turn to you at all. She just keeps staring forward and just says, No, thank you. I do not wish to drink.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? My name is Wheeler Buckington.
She still doesn't turn to face you at all. Just says, Alice Hornby, I'm Richard's daughter.
I'm so sorry for your loss. But I figured I'd fancy everybody here a drink and hard times. I just kind of shake my head and just kind of not knowing what to say, but trying to hopefully she'll say something.
And you hear a mild affirming and that's it. She is not one for conversation, it seems.
Well, being his daughter, I assume you were very close to your father. And I take a sip. Hold on, wait.
Ooh, very good.
Yes.
Very performative. If you were doing something, I would have given you a plus flip.
Yeah. No, just taking a sip.
Taking
a sip out of the bottle. I just realized I had the bottle.
Yep. Yes, that's what you're drinking from. It's definitely fortunate that she's not looking at you, because otherwise she just saw this hobo come in and start drinking wine.
Hey, I'm dressed nicely today.
Yeah, but we'll see how long that lasts. She kind of pauses and goes, No, my father and I did not have a good relationship. I'm not here necessarily out of sadness. I'm more hoping the will might offer me some sort of benefit.
More obligation than anything. I can't say I know how that is. I wasn't too close to my brother either, but you know what? I got some really nice furniture from his place, from his will reading.
You didn't have a brother in your story.
I am lying.
Give me a deception.
Okay.
But again, she has no idea what the fuck is true, so give it with a plus flip.
Where's my deceive? Just real quick.
It was a plus 2.
Plus 2, okay. Oh, same thing as last time, I see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
I'm
just waiting for the red joke.
Oh, with the black joker.
I'm trying to establish a connection, and hopefully that she'll spill some information that we might use. I don't know. Okay, so plus 2 you said on whatever on the highest,
on whatever you flip.
Yeah, it's a 7. Yeah, it's a 7. Whatever, I'll go with the 7.
Okay. Yeah, she. You don't see her really. Granted, she doesn't move much at all, but you don't see her kind of flinch or kind of tilt her head and question that. She seems to be accepting of what you just said.
Yep.
But she.
Speaking of which, it's a lot like the furniture you're sitting on right now. Interesting. It did go missing. I'll just take another swig.
You're just gonna leave that one floating in the air.
Is this your little sister right here? And I just point towards the doll.
No, that's my daughter. I'd appreciate if you would leave her alone.
Hey, no, say no more. I can tell that you're grieving, and I will be on my way. It was very nice to meet you, Alice. And
Ahmed.
no. I'm like in character. I'm and
Oh.
and
Does she say her daughter's name?
yeah,
No,
Okay.
you guys technically don't know her name.
right. But is she a little lady? All right,
Then
off I go.
Okay,
Sorry.
very informative. Bolt seems to be exploring
This is a closed door.
the house a
Oh, wait,
bit.
hold on.
Yes. If you jiggle the handle, it is not locked. So if you wish to open it, you seem to be free to do so.
Okay, yeah. Just see what's in there.
All right. Let me go. Oh, that's people. Locations. North. It seems to be a closet, mostly stored with extra plates, cutlery, as well as various cleaning agents specifically used for the kitchen.
For the help.
And now that you're there, you can see to the end of the hall. See that there's another area there. You can probably see diagonally through there. There you go. Yep. Whoops, I showed it.
Oh no.
Oh no! Don't show that.
Oh no, you know a bathroom's
no.
there. Guess what? There's a bathroom
Oh
there.
no!
Just for that, I'm never going to walk that way.
And there's also
But will you
stairs,
talk that
so
way?
I'll just go ahead and show that off while we're
Still, there
at
are
it.
cleaning supplies, chemicals, anything stand out that would be a poison that I might know.
Either give me a notice or an alchemistry check.
Oh.
Probably alchemistry, because that's better. Straight flip.
Yep. Ooh.
5.
As far as you know, everything in here is non-toxic to you.
Everything the light touches is yours.
Yes.
Then I shall eat one of the plates. No, I will.
To be more human.
Turn to Strab.
Sees Wheeler making up shit, so he's like, I should make up shit too. I'm human McHumington.
Grab the forks and
I am very much a human.
grab the forks, crumple them into scrap, shove them in.
Yep.
Okay.
Grab a towel, prepared to choke
Waiting
someone.
for it.
Cook them, boil them, put them in the stew.
Yep.
These guys notice me?
Sort of. They like looked up to see if you were someone who they would have to respond to, and seeing you weren't, they kind of ignore you and get back to prepping the meal that they're working on.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll go down this way and then switch to the east.
So, down this way, you can see there's a door, as well as some other doors leading up to the north.
More toilets.
Yes, more toilets. It's a toilet bonanza.
Toilets all the way down.
Yep.
Yeah, just taking a look along the hallways. If I need to go down this way, I'll go down.
Yeah, the hall is pretty undecorated. The back doors have some windows in it. You can see out that there's a path. Let me go ahead and just... that leads out towards the large mausoleum that you could see as you approached. Go ahead and just clear out the entire outside. There we go. And yeah, it's a short walk. It's not like right next to the manor. And there's some, nice decorative hedges and other things going out the way to at least slightly obfuscate the mausoleum, but it is almost as tall as the manor itself. It is very much a monument to the Hornby's dead. So anything else specifically you want to look at?
Not necessarily. I don't want to stoop too much on the rooms, but I'll kind of go this way and then going north. Let's see what's up
Okay.
there. Or see if I notice anything up these stairs without going up the stairs.
Yeah. Well, we'll jump to that in a bit. We'll zoom back. What is Thad doing? Where the hell? Oh, Thad.
There's a library. I'm going to it.
Oh, books.
I am going to search for anything related to poisons.
Mm-hmm.
In this library, I'm gonna search for anything related to poisons or like things that's what would it? It's too fancy. I would think that like there would be some almost nature craft type thing, like don't eat these berries, but not here.
Right.
So yeah, just poisons. I would try to do that.
Okay. Give me a literacy check on a negative flip.
Oh,
because there's a lot. That's at least 4 bookcases.
Yeah, I have a +3 to this. Ooh, brother. Ooh. So it's a total of a 9.
Okay. So yeah, you get a good skim.
Is that failing? Okay.
No. It's just gonna be the results. Yeah. Is just that you don't spot anything that sticks out to you as far as like title wise or whatever few that you kind of flip through.
Okay.
Nothing seems to stand out as a poison thing. Most of the books seems to fit in either novels or historical accounts. Nothing really about chemistry or wildlife items or things like that.
And then specifically the books that are left on the tables.
They're very much the same. These are books that simply the help has not placed back into where they belong.
So this is very much more reading room than study.
Yes, this is not like an office.
Okay. I would move on after that.
Anything else you want to do specifically?
I'm going to go. Well, if I can.
Oh, now you're going to be the ladies'
No,
man?
I'm not going to talk to them. Noticing the porcelain mask, I know that this is any sort of ceremony, any sort of like, would I know this from anywhere? Is this part of either some occult thing that people do? Is this something that just the rich do?
Give me a history check.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Gonna Chester cheat it?
Yeah, I'm gonna cheat that with an 8 of crows. So total of 12. Oh, I could just. I'm not gonna cheat that. Instead, I'm going to discard a card to retest it.
Gasp.
Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm gonna cheat it with that 8.
Now you cheat it. So what's your total?
12.
As far as burial ceremonies or funerals, you can't find many things correlating to that specific kind of mask. You can think of various tribesmen who wear certain ceremonial masks for their ceremonies and death masks that were worn for those who would be buried. The only correlating thing you can kind of get from this is similar to what you've witnessed for the various lawyers in Malifaux, in that it's might just be to obscure her identity.
Okay.
So, okay, and with that, we'll jump over to Wheeler, who's about to hitch his caboose. Or sorry, Bueller. He's about to hitch his caboose up with the bolt train. Choo-choo coming in at a collision course here at the corner.
Yeah, pretty much. There we go. Hey, Bolt. Nod. No, I'm kidding. I want to ask him if he's found out anything, but he can't control the volume of his voice, correct?
Yeah, he can.
We've been over that before.
He can whisper.
No, I figured we have been. Yeah, but okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you guys, and yeah, this hallway's fairly empty, so you guys can whisper a bit without worrying about someone overhearing.
Okay.
You.
So I let him know about the two ladies and the man that I met. So far, no one seems all that suspicious, except for maybe Miller. Dark Thad. Miller, but yeah. What have you found out?
Nothing unusual. There are two servants in the kitchen, two workers in the kitchen, serving up quite a large amount of food.
How large are we talking?
How wide do you hold your hands out?
Next, both of the walls breaking them.
Yeah.
It's full of toilets.
At least 3 toilets worth.
It's unusually large amount for what I assume would be 8 people.
I wonder if they're expecting a few other people to come here. Well, we'll just have to be on the lookout. Where's Thad? And then I kind of went, wait, shh. And I tried to see if I could hear him.
Yeah. The echo of him talking about something somewhere.
I want to be insulted, but you're right.
I last saw Thad in the living room.
The parlor.
Well,
yeah, because Wheeler just came from the living room.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hit these.
Study.
Well, I'm gonna hit these restrooms and see if there are any other extra guests that we might want to interrogate.
Okay.
And I just
You're gonna go over and check these other.
I slightly see a toilet, so that's why I said that.
I mean, that's that you're not supposed to see.
Okay.
There are doors
Until I
here
walk
to the
in.
north.
Yeah. Does one say women? Does one say men's?
No, these are just standard doors.
Okay.
And there's the door here, which leads to an actual bathroom.
Oh, okay. Are these locked?
Nope.
Okay.
I
do want to go explore.
Okay. Are you gonna go?
I do want to go in this one.
Okay. Give me a sec. Okay, that's the west. We'll be in here, and we'll just say, you can see inside there as well. It's a bedroom.
I thought it was a bathroom.
Whoops.
Don't pick up a custom token.
Sorry, my reveal token landed on the map generator, and it tried to generate a map from
Oh,
the token.
no.
Let's see. West. This is a room. As soon as you walk through, you smell residue of like perfume. You can see there is that it's very much in use. The top of the dresser has small jewelry boxes on top, as well as like various vials of perfume and other tinctures.
Wonder if the daughter was staying in here.
Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It very much looks like a room that has seen frequent use.
Okay.
Before you do much else, Bolt, you
just wanted to see if
we're talking about.
Yeah, if there's anything. What can I see from down here? Is there anything up these stairs?
Looking upstairs. If you look up the stairs, it looks like without actually switching the map, Let me change my color so that you can actually see it. There we go. So it looks like there's a wall along this side up the stairs.
Okay.
You do see lights on up there. But it's beyond that, you can't really tell too much else.
Okay.
So without going up yourself.
Yeah. We'll check out this door.
Gonna check out the last one. It's another closet. It's a very symmetrical building. The north closet seems to have mostly excess blankets and pillows, as well as some more basic cleaning supplies, brooms and mops and such, not necessarily the more heavy-duty things that the kitchen would require. Anything else?
I'll keep walking this way. And
Are you gonna hit on the ladies?
I will pause sort of here and
And just force the mask off her face?
No.
Rush the mask and
Give
use
me a
it as
grapple
scrap.
check.
Is there grappling? Is that just
Yeah, I thought there was a grappling.
that's just athletics?
Or it would probably be under pugilism.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's disarming, so it's pickpocket.
Right.
Yeah, and sort of in a lower tone, Mr. Darby offers his condolences.
Alice, again, not without, doesn't look,
Mhm.
just kind of goes, thank you. And Amit, she's just being kind of a little girl looking around. She doesn't talk, doesn't say anything.
I'm a little girl.
But she is kind of like a little fidgety, little...
How old is she? Or would she?
She looks to be about 7.
Okay.
She's not scared of Bolt.
Not really, but she's not necessarily interested in him either.
Probably medicated.
Mm.
Okay, and then I'll go. Unless there's anything interesting in this room, I'll keep moving on to meet up with Thad.
Not really. There's like a couple paintings on the walls. This very much is a, yes, we finished eating. Let us sit by the fire before we go to bed, darling. Room.
Okay.
And before we get back to Thad, there is a knock at the door. As somebody else is let in. Oh, wait. Hold on. Might have done something wrong.
Luckily, we only see a question mark.
Question mark flew in.
Yes.
It's the question bird.
Caca, what am I?
Oh,
Or
hi,
aloft.
Mark.
There we go.
Hi, question mark.
Door knocks, and in walks this person who asks his name and hears Lyman Hornby. At which point Lionel gets up from his couch and wanders over to greet and talk to him, verify his invitation, much like what happened to you guys, and Stefan takes his coat and puts it into the closet. And Lionel, you hear him say pretty much the same spiel, where we're still waiting for one more. So please enjoy yourself. Drinks are over there, and yeah, essentially the same spiel before he then meanders back to his couch. And Lyman seems to just kind of does a quick look around and then goes, all right, and goes makes himself something to drink. So now, with that out of the way, Thad, there's somebody new to pester.
Yeah, I guess I'll leave the widow or the daughter alone.
Yeah, I mean, you could go for the daughter.
No, it's not Thad's way.
It's Ryan's way.
The way of the virgin.
Yes,
Keep away from the whores and the harlots.
thoughts. He doesn't like thoughts.
Yes.
Those harlots over there, with their masks and their veils and all their dirty, dirty tricks. I want to try something, but I don't know if Thad would try it.
Mm.
So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just
Oh.
walk over and talk. What I was thinking about doing was go
Yeah.
checking on his coat under the excuse of, oh, I forgot
Hmm.
something else in my pocket just to... But I don't have any reason to do it.
Mhm.
But yeah, the coat closet would be a fun thing to search.
Real quick, I'll read his description. Sporting black slacks and white button-up shirt, the young man seems to dress mildly when dressing up. His mop top of dark hair grips his head as if it's trying to shift his face from his natural sneer that's affixed to it. So he is definitely a younger man, probably in his early 20s, as far as you can presume. And yeah, well, he's slightly dressed up. It seems, by your standards at least, this is mid-level, fancy.
Okay.
Thad knows how to dress up.
Thad was born to dress up.
Exactly.
Mostly in a pith hat. Good sir, would you mind topping me off, and I'll move my glass towards him as I come up to him.
Sorry, I just coughed a whole bunch. My throat's all fucked up.
Did you poison
no,
yourself?
that's not him. That's not him.
No,
Are your eyes dilated? Are your lips dry?
Shut up. Shut up. It's not funny. He kind of looks and goes, yeah, here, let me help you out there, friend. He grabs a bottle and pours into your glass. Pours himself, seems to be going for the whiskey. He seems to not be going for the wine. Pours himself just a little quick bit of it, and he takes it up to his nose and stiffs it and goes, whew, that's good stuff. Okay. And he then knocks it back. What's your relationship to Richard?
No actual relation. I'm here on account of the Derby residents. They do send their condolences. Who might you be? I actually don't recognize you from anything that's I've been informed of.
And he kind of puts out a hand to shake his. The name's Lyman Hornby. I'm here on behalf of my dad, Martin. We're from Earthside. Invitation came a couple weeks ago about great uncle Richard. Yeah, I never met him, so it's hard to really remember the relationship a bit. Yeah, we our family kind of split ways. I'm from his brother's side. He came here to the breach, and it seems to hit it pretty big, as far as I can tell. But no, I frankly, I never really met him.
Well, the tales that Darby informed us of, he was a very interesting man.
Really? I suppose so. I don't know how much a can peddler is really interesting, but
Well,
at the very least, he got a lot of scratch out of it.
you'll find that everything this side of the breach is just that much more interesting.
I could bet. I bet I could see some things here. Yeah. He keeps kind of looking around, eyeballing everybody. Granted, you're used to people kind of trying to veer away from conversations with you.
Perfectly normal.
But he definitely seems to be kind of seeing if he can check everyone's faces and figure out who's who.
Would I pick up on that? No. He's just not making eye contact.
No, I am stupid.
He's just making eye contact. He's not making eye contact with me. I'm used to that because my autism means I stare people down. It's a different kind of autism. Well, I wish you well in these in times such as these. It's always tough to lose a family member. Trust me, I know. I lost my grandfather not too long ago, and it stings just a little bit every day.
I wouldn't worry too much about me emotionally. Like I said, I at least was pretty detached from him, so unfortunately, yeah, Dad at least knew him, but he couldn't make it, so I had to come instead. And yeah, so there's probably other people here who could use a little bit of a shoulder to cry on more than me, so maybe hit them up.
Very good. Cheers. And cheers as in way of I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Not actually tinking glasses. And I will start walking towards the kitchen.
Okay. While you do that, Wheeler, you're in some ladies' room. As far as you can surmise.
He's muted.
Oh, is he
Yep.
muted? He's muted. Aw.
Bolt.
You're not in some ladies' room.
As far as you can surmise.
As far as you can surmise.
I sort of am.
But you are in a room with some ladies. So what's your plan, Cookie Man?
Head off this way and sort of glance at Titus. Just don't know if I want to spark up conversation, but
He does kind of look up from the book at you and eyeballs you up and down before looking back at the book. He thinks he's being subtle, but even you can kind of see he's being very performative with reading a book.
would I have heard that he's taken over the cannery?
You were standing by Thad at the time, which means you would have had to hear that over Thad talking.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
It's fine. We just jumped over
Yeah,
to Bolt
that's what I
instead,
figured.
so we'll do you
Would he
next.
have heard from when I was talking to the lawyer? Because he was just in the kitchen when I was talking to the lawyer, right? And the lawyer did mention that.
he did?
He mentioned
I
that
don't
he
know.
was the floor man and took good care of the cannery
right.
and everything like that.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, Thad at least, Bolt has at least an idea of, yes, who this guy is.
I'll read this.
Just ask him out on a date already. You two are perfect.
Ask him about what machinery he uses in the cannery.
Gonna
Okay.
talk shop.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't really ignore you approaching him, so before you even talk, he kind of puts the book down and looks up to you and says, hey, yeah, can I help you?
If how would Bolt say it?
Ignore me.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Go back to your book. Read. I have heard that you have taken over management of the cannery. I was curious as to what that process was and what mechanisms you might use in that establishment.
Kind of is a little weirded out that you would ask him about that right off the bat, and he's like, okay, Mr. First kind of like, can I get a name?
Did I give him the full model number? And I'll just say Boulton Wilkinson. I go by Bolt.
Okay, Bolt. Well, it tends to be a lot of high pressure machinery. We tend to seal cans mostly of fish. The river seems to be our main source of food, though since farming communities have built up, we we have moved into pickling. We tend to pickle lots of vegetables and whatnot. It's not much different than what's done on Earth. We don't have really much of a special technique. It's really the winning strategy was that Mr. Hornby, Richard, he had that decisive move that as soon as the breach opened, he immediately bought land and had this place, his cannery built. And yeah, he foresaw that the breach would only be accessible with that one train, so if you can just produce the food inside Malifaux, you can undercut everything that's brought in, make a huge profit margin. That's really where the business starts to thrive. And he starts really getting into reminiscing on in it. It's like, yeah, that's when I got my job with them. I was just a laborer at the time. First time I actually met Richard was, really it was when I got in a fight. People were talking about unionizing, and I didn't take kindly to it because it meant jeopardizing my job, so I just clobbered them, kind of beat the crap out of them. Thought I was going to get fired, but Richard actually approved of my means, and soon I was managing production lines, making sure to keep the scent out, and I just kept doing what I apparently am good at, kept people working, kept them not talking. As soon as the steam fitters union started to try to infiltrate, I kept every one of those bastards out. It unfortunately means we got to pay out the ass when it comes to maintenance and machinery that we need, but it means the workers can never turn against us. We got them by the balls. And he's just, kind of going over the last 10 years of his life in his head now, and he seems to be enjoying the fact that he's very much benefited from essentially beating people up on behalf of Richard Hornby. And that has gotten him to a managerial position to where he essentially uses an iron fist to keep everybody working hard. And then he kind of realizes that he's been going more into personal history rather than, the work, and kind of goes like, I'm sorry, I hope that answered your question. I kind of got lost there.
Affirmative. Thank you for the explanation. That does seem like a quite profitable method of business.
Yeah, it definitely was profitable for Richard, at least. And he does a little bit of a gesture to the room you're all sitting in.
I'll half look at the room, not really that interested in it.
This isn't metal, it's not worth
Yeah,
it.
basically. This could be scrap.
I could burn this for fuel.
And I must offer my condolences from myself and Mr. Darby.
Darby, that's who you guys are working with. That makes sense. Figured he wouldn't show. Usually never makes public appearances. Well, for what it's worth, thanks. Like I said, I liked Richard. I can't say I'm that down about it. He was getting on in the years, and I guess things just took a turn for the worse with him. It's unfortunate. But we all have to move on at some point. That's just how it is.
I'll put this.
Tell him to read.
Yep. Read. Yeah, I don't know if it's something Bolt would ask, but I want to ask. Do you continue to have trouble with the union and the steam fitters?
These days they know it's not the wisest thing to kind of try to infiltrate us. They know I'm keeping an eye out for them specifically, and they know, like I said, they know they're costing us every time we need to get something fixed or repaired. We got to go to someone who's outside of the union, and those people don't stick around too long. They either get bullied out of Malifaux, or they just disappear entirely, and then we got to find someone new to work on things. And it's not long till they disappear. It's kind of a constant cycle of half-skilled workers. But it means no unions, it means no riots, it means no strikes. Fat Cannery keeps working. As long as I'm in there, it keeps working.
The loss of skilled labor is unfortunate, but units must remain operational. And then we'll
Yeah. That's the right way of thinking about it.
sort of nod and not relieve himself, but excuse himself.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So meanwhile, Wheeler,
Yep,
you're in a ladies' room.
I am sniffing all the panties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see anything here.
So when you're sniffing those panties, there are 3 options. One of them will get you arrested, and the other one is a much older woman.
Oh, I kind of want to be on a Ryan list.
So both.
So both, yeah.
Yes, all of the above.
I didn't find anything here, so I'm gonna go check the other room.
Nothing's. I mean,
Or
again, you did a cursory glance. If there's something specific you want to look for, like
If you actually,
if you want to search the dresser, if you want to check under the mattress, if you want to look for something specific, maybe do you want to look for poison? Like, you got to be specific if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, it's just seems to be a woman's room.
Book on how to cook humans.
I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna go into the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Hey, any of you boys want some nice wine or anything?
Want some mouth wine? Got my mouth on.
They don't know that.
Well, you're trying to sell them. It's an added feature.
I'm trying to see if anybody in here, if there's any type of poisonous thing in the kitchen.
Okay. As far as you walking in and asking them that, they kind of look up and see who you are and get back to work. But they do respond of like, "No, sir, we're currently on duty to make the meal for the evening. We will not have a drink. Sorry." As far as looking for something that could be poisonous in the room, give me a...
Yeah. No, I didn't ask them about the poison. I just want to make sure.
No, but you were offering them a drink.
Yes.
And so they denied. But as far as poison, give me a notice check to see if you spot anything in the room.
I gotta go back to my Zoom.
I think you've got a decent notice compared to everybody. It should be under trend or expertise. Yeah, notice it's under.
Oh, thank you, Bob. So three, right?
So 3. Yep. So whatever you flip, add 3 to it.
Huh? 13.
Okay. Yeah, you do a pretty wide glance around the room, scanning the shelves and the various things.
As I'm pretending to, you know.
Yeah, you don't arouse much suspicion because there's clearly a lot of food in the room, so you could easily just be like, this looks good. So nobody's suspecting you of doing anything weird. Yeah. But as far as spotting anything poisonous, no, you don't see anything that you can quickly identify as a toxic material.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look for... You boys got cheese? I'm going to look for some cheese.
One of them says...
I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to go and go to this.
You're just
Yes,
gonna
this
go,
door right here.
Okay, you open that, and it appears to be a freezer of some sort. The room is much colder than outside, and you can see that there's some meats and similar things on the shelves. The shelves are for the most part fairly empty.
Can I tell if it's human meat?
What?
You'd probably not. You would have to give me probably a doctor check, or is culinary
Still a thing?
Okay, it'd have to be. I'd go with
All
culinary.
right, let's do it. Let's see, culinary under what?
Charm?
Expert? Crafting.
Lower left.
Oh, that's right, craft. Yeah, so you're gonna be maybe a 1.
Where is it?
Because I think you have at least 1 point in charm, right?
Artifact.
Yes.
Culinary. There we go. Yep, 1.
Yes.
1! All right, let's do this. Yep,
Mhm.
red joker. 7.
7.
Can I cheat it? No, never mind. No,
if you want to.
I want to.
Okay. Yeah, you poke and prod some of the meat, and as far as you can tell, none of this is likely human meat. At this point, Servant C kind of comes over and says, "Sir, could you please
No,
get out of the refrigerator?"
no cheese.
No, the
cheese here.
is not kept there. I can get you some cheese, sir.
I
if you
can't go
wish.
this way, huh?
No, that's a
Oh,
wall.
okay.
There's a set. Yeah, another.
Oh,
wall
okay.
over there.
Okay.
You're just gonna push.
Yeah, I was
past
gonna push
him.
past them. Oh, wait. You know what? Probably in here. This is probably where.
Sir, yes.
This
yes,
is where I
can
would
t-
keep the cheese.
There's cheese out in the parlor.
This is where
sir,
I would keep the cheese. And I
In the
just kinda...
fucking parlor, sir.
and you're just gonna push it through and open it. Okay, it opens right up. This appears to be a larder, which is essentially a dry refrigerator
Can I
for food
Can I check these
storage.
barrels for anything? Anything suspicious?
It's easily.
They think it's cheese, but
Are you looking for cheese, or are you looking for
no, that's my
something
cover
suspicious?
story. You
Okay,
idiot!
I'm just making sure.
Idiot!
I'm making sure.
Don't you know how to BS
I'm
people?
making Yes, but you're BSing fictional people, and I have to know if that's what you're actually going for.
I'm BSing you.
Yes, but I'm also the one who has to tell you if you're right.
I know.
But okay, so go ahead and give me a notice check.
What was it? 3?
Are you?
I don't know. I'm just.
Yeah, he is.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So 12. Wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
The larder.
12.
You got a 12 total. Okay. So yeah, the larder does have cheese.
Oh, okay. There we go.
It's got breads. There's also
Any murder?
along. The,
Any murder?
No
Okay.
murder. But along the center back wall is a wine rack, filled with various wines. A couple of them have been picked up and set aside on top of the barrel, right there. And in your ability to properly scan the room, of the 6 bottles that are sitting out on that barrel, 4 of them have markings on their corks. Just little ink dots. One cork has 1 dot, one cork has 2, the other has 3, and the other has 4. Every other bottle sitting next to him have no dots at all. And the servant reiterates, "Sir, please, there's cheese and wine out in the..."
Hey, what are these dots on these bottles? Are these are these what year it's made, or how long it's been here?
No, sir, the labels tell you the
Oh,
year.
there's the cheese. See, this is where I keep the cheese. This is exactly where I told you. I told you.
We already have cheese
I
ready
just
to
grab
serve.
a cheese and I just kind of go back.
You're just gonna grab a wedge?
Yeah, just or half a wedge.
A bottle of wine in one
half
hand.
a wedge.
Not. I'm not talking about a whole wheel. I'm talking about like a slice.
Yeah, like something you can grab onto.
Again, a wedge.
Grab onto. I'm just like, all right,
So
I'll be on my way.
now
Sorry, guys.
stumbling
Sorry
off
about you.
with a bottle of wine in one
Yep.
hand and a wedge
Yep.
of cheese in the
Thanks,
other.
guys.
Worst, it's a bottle of whiskey.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
Did you grab whiskey or
I
did
thought
you
I
grab
grabbed wine.
wine?
He grabbed whiskey because he poured himself a whiskey and he poured the wine for me, and then he grabbed the
Oh, I
bottle
thought
of whiskey to. That's what.
Did you grab
He
whiskey?
grabbed wine because he
So-
poured wine for Thad and then
I-
poured
Oh.
wine for himself.
No, he
So-
poured whiskey for himself.
Oh.
So, it was wine, Ryan. But since you said that, how about I don't know what I poured
Or grabbed.
or grabbed, and so I just been drinking this weird tasting wine.
You know what whiskey tastes like. Wheeler is not
Okay,
that
yeah, that's
ignorant
fair.
of what
That's fair, that's
alcohol
fair.
tastes like.
Okay, so yeah, I just grabbed a wheel cheese since I don't find anything in there. I'm just like, this is a dud.
But is it whiskey or wine that you've been
It's
chugging this whole time?
wine.
That kind of
It's
matters.
wine that I've been
Okay.
that I've been casually drinking,
Yeah,
Out of the bottle.
chugging, not chugging.
straight out of the
I'm
bottle.
not
Yeah,
a frat boy over here shotgunning.
Right. You wouldn't be so rude as to wander the house of a mansion with
No.
a bottle of wine and a wedge of cheese like an asshole.
No.
They're not chugging it.
Who would
Lines are
do-
drawn.
He's got his pinky out.
Yep.
He's being fancy.
It's a funeral, John. It's a funeral. Okay, you don't
we
act
all
that way
grieve
at a-
in our own separate ways.
all of us do.
Right.
So,
All right. You're right.
so-
You're right.
so one face, I don't really find anything. I'm like, okay, this is a dud. I'm gonna get out of here. But on the outside, I'm like, I'm just gonna go around, belligerent, leave them alone.
Okay. All right.
Do I have time to go in this room, or should we go to somebody else?
We'll jump back to
Yeah,
Thad.
follow that up, Thad.
Just like the AI guess game, Andrew's in the lead. So you got to score
He
big.
does have. He is the top cheese.
He's top cheese. He's the big cheese.
I will say that I have not drank any of my wine. It was only for
Yeah.
the purpose of
For a
holding it.
show.
I'm not.
You're ingratiating yourself amongst
Yes.
them.
Fuck. I don't even know after that. Fuck it. A little bit of a.
Monica in my life.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be little metagaming. I'm going to go to the toilets if they're open.
Yeah, it's that's a bathroom.
I will be dumping my wine.
Okay.
And then I will be coming back here.
So just after Wheeler came in and was a massive disruption to preparing the meal, here comes Thad.
Pardon me, good sirs. It appears that we are out of wine in the front. I was wondering if I could help myself to grab a bottle now.
No, sir. We can get you we can get you more bottles if needed.
Oh.
If you would like, we can show you our selection.
Please, I would like that.
Okay, Servant B kind of leads you into the larder. Yeah. And he shows you the wine rack on the wall. He's like, please tell me what year you would prefer, sir.
Can I get a various description?
No.
But just so I have to make a notice check to notice the dots on them.
Yes, it was not an obvious thing.
Okay, well I would thumb through them, as it were. Oh, my notice is shit. Oh, actually, my notice is 0 because I put points into it. So notice.
Yep.
Okay. Does a 10 do it?
Yes. You do, in fact, just like Wheeler, you notice the dots on the wines that have been set on top of that barrel. However, the servant is clearly indicating towards the wall that has the wine rack on it. He's pointing, any year that you wish, sir, you can have to take out there. And if you need more, I can bring more.
Very good. And I'll just grab one at random, and then I will gesture to the one sitting on the barrel. Oh, those ones doing over there? Why aren't they with the rest? Why are they set aside?
Oh, those are for the dinner, sir. Those are specifically to be served with the meal for everyone. If you wish to know more, you can ask Mr. Holmes. He will tell you what the dinner entails. I must get back to work.
Very good. And I'll look at the bottle and look at the other, and then leave the room.
Look at them to see if there's a specific difference.
Just compare the one I had in my
as far
hand
as you can,
to the others.
As far as you can tell, not much of a difference. Like, yeah, they're a different year, maybe from a different winery, but they very much seem to all be mostly red wines. There's a couple whites as well, but not really like some sort of like, those ones look like worse quality. Those ones didn't look like they'd been tampered with necessarily.
Okay.
But just, yeah, they were definitely marked.
And then I would return with the bottle and just bring it to the table again.
Okay.
Considering someone had taken a bottle, apparently.
True. Very true. Yeah, we'll jump to Bolt, who's had a fun conversation with a guy as they share their infatuation with productive machines and knocking people's skulls in.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Bolt's gonna check this closet.
Titus. Okay, the servant will see you going for the closet and kind of wander over and is like, "Sir, is there something I can help you with?"
Just taking a lay of the premises.
Well, that is the coat room, sir. There's not much not much else to it. And not to be rude, but I don't believe you came in wearing a coat, so just for the safety of the other guests, I wouldn't want you rifling through their pockets or anything.
Appreciated. Did not mean to intrude. Thank you.
Yes, and he goes back to his stand over by the door.
Go back over to Thad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Thad has enjoyed a little conversation with Lyman. As you approach, Lyman kind of goes like, "Whoa, like, big-ass fucking robot."
Oh, I forgot. Yep.
Is that exactly what he says?
Verbatim.
Well, by his facial expression. He doesn't, like, specifically say it, but it's very much a, like, I'll definitely see a little bit of liquid slosh in his cup out of surprise. But kind of, like, turns away, like, I don't want to deal with this guy, and he kind of wanders off and leans against the wall.
Yeah, if Bolt notices, Bolt will probably ignore it.
Wait, if Bolt notices what?
If Bolt notices Lyman doing that, he'll probably just ignore it. Won't acknowledge it. So,
right. Yeah, I figure. It's something at this point you're probably used to. Catching people off guard and them like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. And then I just
giant metal man.
Big fucking robot.
with Thad.
Yeah.
Nothing unusual.
I'll nod. Did I mention the bottles? I would make myself a new glass at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess talk to Lionel again?
Yeah.
Just to ask about the dinner plans exactly. and then slip in the, oh, I noticed the other wines. Are they a special vintage? Because if I had known, I might have been saving myself.
Yeah, we can go ahead and we'll just combine
Yep.
your guys'
Yep.
turns a bit.
Stand back a bit. Not a block man.
Right, yeah. He's a meek man. You wouldn't want to scare him. Yeah, so you, Lionel sees your approach and a little bit of a sigh out of him. Oh dear.
That's more.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, what are you gonna ask him?
I would talk about. I would generally ask him about the dinner arrangements, and then mention the bottles that I saw in the wine rack or on the thing, and then kind of quip that it's. I would have saved myself if I had known that there was going to be some select vintage for dinner. What is it?
Okay. He goes, yes, at the request of Mr. Richard Hornby, his esteemed guests were to enjoy a feast before the reading of his will, and then his internment within the tomb in the back of the premise. The meal was specifically selected by him. It's an accompaniment of his favorite dishes. I'm supposed to announce this later, but it's fine. He wanted the family to have one last good meal together before they inevitably dispersed. He knows most of these people won't stick around with each other for much longer if they didn't have his money to do so.
That's very kind of him. I see that what Darby has told us of is true. He was a good man.
Good, yes, maybe a strong word by my perspective, but I wouldn't call him necessarily a bad person.
Glowing praise as always.
Is that a scrutiny to see if I believe him? To see how he really feels about?
Yes. If you want to give me a scrutiny check if you want to see if he's being honest.
I want to cheat that, and I don't want to cheat that. I won't cheat that. Oh my god. So that is a 5.
Total.
Yep.
I will also try that.
Okay. So go ahead and...
I got a 1.
Yay!
That perfectly fits for Thad. He believes everybody.
Mm-hmm. This guy is a master of deception. You can't read him at all. You can only go with what he says at face value.
But we don't feel we're being deceived. We just believe him. Okay.
Yes. You can't read anything deeper from him. By your skill at reading people. Any other questions you have for him specifically? Otherwise, we'll jump to Wheeler.
What was? I don't know that I care. No, I got nothing.
Okay. Wheeler's checking out the back door. It seems.
Yes, sir.
What's cooking back there, buddy? What you got?
I was thinking about checking this room in.
Check that door. Okay. You fiddle with the handle, and it is very much unlocked. So if you want to go in.
Oh, there's a hole upstairs, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
If I go upstairs, how are we going to manage that?
I have a separate.
Oh,
map.
okay. That only you and I could see?
No, they'll all see it too. But...
Switch back and forth.
Yeah, we'll just pretend.
Or do a weird blindfold thing.
Yeah, I can technically blindfold them individually. But yeah, it's a room similar to the other one. In fact, it's mirrored.
Okay.
There we go. This room, unlike the other one, you don't have that perfume smell hitting you when you walk in. Let me see. It looks like it has been tidied up a bit, but also that it has not seen any recent use. In fact, a quick wipe over the surface of the dresser, you'll see there's just the faintest amount of dust on it, as though nobody's been in here to clean it recently. But it's outside of that light layer of dust, the room is essentially just empty and unused.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I feel like yeah I'm just trying to. So there's no smell here.
Yes.
Can I peek in the restroom?
Yeah. It's exactly as you see it. There's a
Tub.
toilet and a tub. Basic, like it's nice amenities. Doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles.
Okay. I'm gonna check. Can I check the dresser and the bed at the same time?
Sure. Like you want to just quickly look through them, or is there something specific you're hoping to find?
I'm looking under the bed, and then I'm checking the drawers for anything suspicious.
Panties.
Yes. Checking the drawers on the dresser, you see that there are men's clothes in it. Generally, button-up shirts, very plain, usually in black, gray, beige colors. And under the bed, you do not spot anything.
Huh. No perfume in here.
No.
Do I have time to go check the other room again for the perfume smell?
Yeah, if you want to.
Huh.
Are you trying to like locate where the smell?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You definitely are noticing it's from the top of the dresser and examining. Again, you see there's jewel boxes on top as well as some various bottles, and clearly some of them are perfume just by proximity. You can very much these are strong smells that you're getting.
Can I open the drawers?
Yes. You find dresses, undergarments of sized for an older woman. Specifically, like you basically found what's her face, Eleanor's room.
Oh, okay.
As much as you can surmise.
And nothing else, huh?
If you want to dig through the jewelry boxes.
Yes.
Quickly searching through, yeah, they've got a lot of jewelry in it. In fact, if you want to swipe it, there's $50 worth of jewelry sitting there.
I still have.
So how much of a piece of shit do you want to be?
As we represent Darby here.
Dark Wheeler.
Yes. And it would require you to set down your cheese and/or wine. And I don't know if that's.
I like how I'm still opening drawers and stuff with cheese and wine in my hand.
Yeah, you just stick the cheese wedge in your mouth and you grab it and pull.
That's fair. Shit. Okay. Anything underneath the bed that I see?
There seems to be some boxes, and if you quickly pull them out and look through them, they seem to be more decorative dresses, things that are worn for ball gown type of stuff. Yeah, just more of the things that you don't want to fold up or crease for special events.
I see. Damn it. What am I not seeing here? Let's see. You said strong smell from there. I'm gonna go out and I want to check this room right here.
Okay. It's as I explained to Bolt. Mostly, it seems to be extra blankets, pillows, and some basic cleaning supplies.
Do I smell the perfume still?
No, it was mostly in that room.
Damn it!
That's their source.
Damn it!
And while you stay where you belong, which is in the closet,
log off.
Got you there.
A knock is had at the door, and a new person is entering. Lionel, as before, comes to greet him, and Bolt and Thad, you can overhear and see the person. And his name is Levi Geshem. Lionel checks him. He has an invitation. And also specifically, you notice Levi is holding an urn. And Lionel converses with him for a bit, and he seems a bit more invested in Levi than he was with you and the other guests when they showed up. Probably be a good idea to show that. There we go. But still, Lionel does much of the same thing. Like you can wait in here or wait in the other room, and things will begin shortly. And you hear him muttering all these things before he then gets up. And this time he goes all the way back to the kitchen. And no, he does not hand off his coat to the servant. And instead he walks over and he'll come sit in this chair, kind of keep his distance. He doesn't do anything. Well, not that you guys can clearly see him, but he just kind of sits down and waits. So there we go.
Does he look that wizardly?
Yes, he looks. He's wearing. I mean, let me go to his description. Where are you, Levi? There you are. The dark-robed figure stands with a grim visage about him. His stringy hair hangs over his brow like weeds growing from under his hat, while though his beard. I wrote that weirdly. While his beard and While his beard and oh my god,
It's a late night.
While through bead and braid, his facial hair is kept tamed for now. He wields a metal staff topped with a small oil lamp and a snuffing lid on top to serve as a guiding light as he walks a dark path.
Would I know anything about someone that would be dressed that way? Like, is that from a known religion that I would have run across?
Not specifically. Nothing, at least initially, comes across as like, oh yes, that's of the, this sect or whatever. Nothing pops out inherently to you.
It's not some Egyptian death walker, some shit.
No.
Okay. I mean, I gotta.
You're gonna go talk
Damn
to
right
him?
I am.
All right. Go ahead and march right on up to him. Making monkey noise.
Oh yeah, this dude is fascinating. My curiosity is piqued.
And Bolt as well.
Yep.
You are a very strange individual. As I walk over with a 7-foot tall robot.
You's all fucked up and shit. Let's see.
What's his name?
There he is.
Levi.
Yeah. So you got. What do you gotta say to him?
I overheard his name.
Yeah. So you heard Levi Geshem.
Oh, what?
So presuming that's
Yes.
his name.
Good evening. believe that Gresham, I presume. You seem to be one of the most fascinating individuals here. How do you know Sir Richard Hornby?
Yes, Levi Gresham. That's, yes, you are correct. I didn't know him long. It was merely in his final hours that he sought me out. I am what you would call a spiritualist. I aid those who face death. I see to it that they walk a path to a more rested state. I don't know how much you know about the unfortunate habits in Malifaux. Some people don't stay dead when they die, and oftentimes that is due to residual emotional attachment to things, harboring ill will and other strong emotional ties to the world. I bring clarity to those, and Mr. Hornby employed me in his final days. I aided him, gave him guidance, and I helped plan his internment into the family tomb with him.
What sort of how do I phrase this? What sort of troubles would he have had in his final days that that might have, well, returned him to the living?
He says, well, Mr. He kind of...
Terribly sorry.
Your name, please?
Thaddeus Greywater. I represent Sir Darby here.
Darby, yes, he mentioned him.
Hopefully nothing bad. I know that they had some rivalry.
No, Darby was a friend to Mr. Hornby. What little rivalry they had was nothing more than pranks would be the better term. To us, it would seem like financial sabotage, but both men were far richer than the average.
Yes.
Getting to your question, however, sometimes there are those who would seek to bring the dead back through horrible magics. But there are those who the magic seek them instead. As I said, people with strong ties to the world can will themselves back to the world of the living. It's unfortunately a peril for everyone here in Malifaux to deal with. Mr. Hornby, well, I'm not necessarily at liberty to disclose his private life. He did not see death coming for him. It was a very sudden thing, and he was afraid of certain loose ends being left undone. And if you have seen the mausoleum he's had constructed in the back of his manor, death has been something he has tried to revere to some extent since coming to Malifaux. I believe his father and mother are housed in there, as well as his brother. And partially that place stands as a monument to his family and the legacy he wishes to leave behind for them, but also it serves as a prison should anyone who wasn't supposed to be in the world of the living come back.
His brother, you say? Did he have? Was he part of a large family?
No. He was one of two siblings. His brother Arthur is in there. He has an extended family. They stayed on Earth, from what I understand. But when Mr. Hornby came here to Malifaux, he brought his brother's remains as well as his parents' remains with him. He felt very attached to keeping them near. Like I said, he did understand that death was something to be respected. And that's partially why he sought me out. He wanted to make sure I helped him finish the path, essentially.
Just to clarify so I understand, are you saying that there's only him and his brother, or are you saying that there's 2 other brothers?
Yes, him and his brother, yes, of the 2 siblings. Okay. Yeah.
So a little bit of a hole in a one-person story.
Yes?
Lyman didn't say that Arthur was dead?
He said
He
Martin,
did say
his
Martin,
father.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not a nephew, he's a great-nephew.
Oh, I didn't get the great nephew
I
part.
didn't get that at all. I have nephew of
Did I
Richard.
not say
No,
great
I don't
nephew?
think you did.
I'm pretty...
Well,
Oh,
then
oops,
Yeah, I thought it was
then that's
Richard's
my-
brother, Martin.
No, he's the great-nephew. That's why I was getting by. He didn't really know him at all.
Richard's
Okay.
uncle, Martin.
No.
Okay.
Richard's nephew, Martin. Lyman is the great-nephew.
Okay.
Oh.
It's, yeah.
Arthur's
brother
grandson
Arthur,
is
son.
Lyman. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Arthur gave birth to gave Martin to Lyman.
Okay.
Arthur and Richard brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That I saw a hole in the story, and I'm like, ooh, there's some intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Mhm.
Let me write this down, sorry.
And Bolt, if you have, are you just going to keep eye, or do you have any questions?
Currently keeping eye. Yeah, I was going to ask about, like, did I hear about Martin? But no, yeah, no, it's the grandnephew with having that explained. That makes sense.
Right.
And I wasn't the only one.
Also, you can be doing scrutiny tests while Thad's talking if you want.
Does this guy actually seem like Richard's dude? Is that a scrutiny test?
Specifically, like that he was employed by him.
Yeah, and not just like some ploy by a Lionel or something like that.
Yeah, you can give me a scrutiny test on that. Let's see. Maybe compare. No, not that. Oh wait, he's got stats over here.
So I love that you have to give all the characters stats because of certain tests that they do.
Yeah. I mean, some characters have lighter stats
Sure.
than others.
I thought that was something you just chose to do.
Unless I'm taking something from the book, then I'm making it up.
Right. Okay.
And if they've got their own artwork, then I'm making them up. So yeah, what was your
7
scrutiny
total.
test? Okay. As far as you're reading him, everything seems to be on the level from what he's saying.
Is that Richard Hornby? Gesturing to the urn.
He's like, yes, I was dispatched this evening to pick him up from the crematorium. This is part of me helping him finish the path. I don't know if you've spoken to Mr. Holmes, but apparently we will be enjoying a feast this evening, and then we will be interring him within the tomb, and I will be leading the ceremony in that regard.
I look forward to the ceremony. I always find... I don't want to say... I essentially want to say, like, the... one's beliefs Fascinating. Other ones' beliefs fascinating. They didn't want to say occult.
Yes.
Oh.
You can say whatever you want to him.
Well,
you
Occult
creepy,
just sounds wrong. It's
insulting.
not what Thad wouldn't say that.
It's-
It's just your religious practices. They're wrong because you're not following Jesus Christ. God damn it. As I do fucking African juju.
Yes.
I believe you mean the machine god?
There's that. Who put a soul in you?
Yeah, Felix.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
That's
so
all I got.
is
Yeah.
that all?
my god, yeah.
Okay.
I lost
Okay.
steam after trying to figure out the whole Arthur thing.
Right. Yeah, he says, well, I will see you at dinner. And kind of nods and bids you adieu.
What's the what were the specifics of the wine? Holmes was a little tight-lipped about that, and I saw them in the cellar. I don't know what to call it.
Larder.
Larder.
Yeah.
And I just found it fascinating that they'd be set aside. What do you know the vintage or anything? Why they're so special?
I believe they are to be paired with each course of the meal. Richard apparently has easily what would be called a feast in store for us, and I believe he's chosen each wine to go with each course.
I wish that I had an aristocrat's tastes about me, because I probably would have figured that out. Food is always lost on me. That's all.
Okay. Bolt.
I got nothing to add. Food don't mean shit. I'll eat the urn.
Can't burn food. I'll turn them into a diamond. Okay. I think we'll go back to Wheeler. You hang out in the closet. You haven't really found much of a
Nope.
lead, but you do have wine and cheese.
You still have a pillow fort in the closet?
Yeah, so you're definitely running a positive here.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see another one. Sorry, I'm checking the map again. All right. I noticed that there's an upstairs. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, do we want to just blind them and I'll switch them
Fine
out?
with
Well,
Boom, boom. Both of them are
Aha,
blind.
remove blindfold.
No, you cheater.
Oh, you pumpkin
and I'm-
eater!
Exactly. And I'm not even going to...
I hope this doesn't mess up anything.
No. Boop, there we go. I'm not going to do Fog of War or anything. I'm just going to... So pretend all the figures that are there aren't there.
Yeah, of course.
oh, the murderers.
But, yeah, all the bodies.
Murder.
Yeah, it's just a hallway that leads back to the other side as far as you can tell.
I see. But then I see these. Okay, so these are downstairs.
Yeah, that'll go right back into the entryway.
That's kind of a cool house structure.
Mhm.
Double doors.
You like them
I
double
do
doors?
like them double doors.
You jiggle the handle, they are locked.
Ooh. Looks like I'm gonna have to do some lock picking.
Uh-oh. Alright, go ahead and
Let's see.
Also, how did you just walk up the stairs or did you sneak up the stairs?
Oh, I walked like not casually, but acting like I was
You-
not knowing where I'm going.
Right, you were
Yeah.
okay. So just to understand intention. Okay, so go ahead and give me a lock-picking skill,
Lock-picking
which
is
is up here. You have a 3.
Yes. Yeah, lockpicking 3. Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
11.
Where is the room?
11.
You fiddle with it for a while, jiggling the handle the whole way, kind of leaning your weight into the handle at various angles, and eventually something clicks, and yeah, the door swings open.
Yeah.
And you walk in, one of the few rooms in a state of disorganization. This office was clearly in use at regular intervals, and custodians of the property weren't permitted to tend to it. The desk hosts papers scattered about, and an open tome with half-record entries is open to display. This was clearly the workstation of someone who wanted to bring his work home. But almost symbolically, the large open windows perfectly frames the large mausoleum in the distance, the looming threat of the inevitable to haunt the tired paper pusher. So yeah, you're in a room. You clearly see there's a desk there.
I see a safe.
That's a safe against the wall. Filing cabinet up there. 2 bookcases on either side of the walls, and empty tables.
What's in the safe?
You'd have to unlock it because it's very much a safe.
But it's not. Does my lockpicking skill come into play here, or?
You would have to do another lockpicking.
Oh, okay, so it does.
Assuredly, it'll be a more difficult.
Sure. All right.
Flip, just to
Let's
let
do
you
it.
know. Okay. Oh, kicking the safe door does not open it.
Can that not be cheated?
Nope,
right.
You cannot
right.
cheat the
Okay.
Black
Yeah.
Joker.
Okay.
Nice.
God damn it.
So, yeah. Yeah, you basically walk up and kind of kick it, thinking it'll open, and nothing happens. Your foot's a little sore because it is a metal safe.
Damn it.
But yeah, no, that wasn't too
Nope.
effective.
I'll try again later.
Okay, you gotta check anything else in the room first?
Sure. Let's go to the filing cabinet.
Okay. You pull it open. There's various folders filled with all sorts of papers. A lot of that nerd shit that Wheeler generally doesn't care for.
Any evidence? Any hard evidence?
If you want to give me a notice check, you can quickly search through to see if you notice anything interesting.
Okay. My notice is 3, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No. Damn it, 8.
8 total?
8 total. I can cheat that.
If you want
Hell yeah!
Oh, damn. Which was 10 plus your...
3,
What was it?
so 13.
3, so 13. Okay. Yeah, you flick through the papers real quick. Most of it looks like just spreadsheet crap, and that's not useful information for
Not
you.
for me.
But then you find a folder that has the label Special Receipts on it, and that sounds like something neat. So you flip it open and quickly find a couple of pieces of paper, which are receipts for what look like unique items of some sort. One receipt lists an item called a lockstone. Another receipt is for something called the Sultan of Sing. Another receipt is for something called bonding gloves. And the other receipt is for something called the Hawkthorn Rift Rifle.
Ooh, would I know about any of this stuff?
These are all alien names to you.
Okay.
But you can read a little bit on the receipt. Includes something along the lines of a description. Mostly an analysis by somebody. The lockstone says it's a cube with inlaid runes on it. The analysis says the value of it isn't too high, as it seems to not possess much utility, though its rarity probably gives it some prestige. Best to keep it in a display case away from others, as it has the person writing the analysis feeling sick. The Sultan of Sing is described by the person who wrote the analysis as a hat from some foreign land. It's inscribed with gaudy jewelry, and it looks extremely garish. Perfect for display, not something you would wish to wear to any evenings or galas. Best kept in a display case. Bonding gloves, high quality writing gloves with interesting patterns stitched in them. Though it has a strange tendency of being sticky. Wouldn't suggest using them as part of attire, but best for a display piece. Hawthorne Rift Rifle's description says, ornate brass rifle, interesting design. Seller said best not to use. Decided to agree, as I have no experience with rifles. So just interesting item descriptions.
Yeah.
And if there's something else you want to do before we switch back to those fellas?
Just that safe.
You want to hit the safe
If I
again?
can.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another lockpicking check.
Okay. Let's see. What was lockpicking again? It was a 3. Hacha!
Yeah, you failed this time. Oh.
Wait, okay. Sorry.
Are you gonna cheat it or not?
Hold on. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'll cheat it. Hiya!
What's your total?
So 13, 16. 16.
16.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you flick the dial a
Yeah, I
bit,
do.
realizing kicking doesn't
Flick
work.
the shit out of it.
You flick that
Flick
beam.
that beam.
Yeah. You sit there, spin it left and right, and you're just like, eventually, if I do it enough, the right combo will land. Not thinking how the odds, the time it'll take to hit that right combo. But that doesn't matter to Wheeler. He's got wine and cheese. He's got enough to keep him going for days. So he's ready for the long haul, and just as you steel yourself to keep this going until somebody tells you to get the fuck out of there, you hear a click, and the safe door opens.
That surprised myself.
Inside, you see a stack of cash, 100 script. You also see some interesting-looking papers that, as you start to read them, all list off as deeds to land.
Oh.
And it is at this moment that you hear down below, boop, and then boop, boop. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't work. Boop, boop. There we go. Lionel enters the parlor and, as loud as his meek voice can muster, announces to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, if you will please join me in the dining hall. The dinner is about to be served. And so, people start shuffling their way to the kitchen.
And I hear that, you said?
You could hear it in a muffled form. Because, again, he was trying to be as loud as he could. But, with that... we will take a quick break.
Quick break!
11?
So, I know, this is taking way longer than I
It
thought.
always does!
But isn't that
It
always
always
the case?
does!
Yeah.
I'll just hit the crystal
Yeah,
again.
Yeah, just hit the crystal. Just kill everyone. It'll just make things go faster. No, wait, that's combat. That takes forever. Anyways, we'll take a quick break and be right back. So go pee, go get something to drink.